of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Sully Butte Sports on Country 95.3. Sully Butte Sports is brought to you by 83 Ag Sales, AGE, Bank West Oneida, Barber Chemical and Barber Farm Service, The Blue Goose, and Red Spray Service. And by Actegra, CHS River Plains, Colson Farms, Kona Ag Oneida, Don's Food Center, Eric's Custom Repair, First Dakota National Bank, and Yag Air. Sully Butte Sports is also brought to you by Lamb Chevy, Oahe Grain, Oliver Construction, Ringneck Energy, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, the Sully County Sheriff's Office, Sunrise Bank, The Corner, Wheeler Seed Farm, Yakby Ranches, Venture Communications, and Lincoln Out Construction. Now let's head to the booth with a call of the game with a Hall of Famer and the voice of the Sully Butte Chargers, D.T. Meyer.
Well, it is a different voice here tonight for this contest. It's the Sully Butte Chargers taking on the Sunshine Bible Academy Crusaders, as the Chargers do have senior night festivities here tonight, so we'll make sure we catch up and stay tuned for that as well. It's the final regular season contest, and for the Sully Butte Chargers, they'll have another game for sure next week. Whether it's home, on the road, that is to be determined, but according to kind of the math and everything going on, it will most likely be a home contest next week, but we'll talk more about that here during the contest. Taking a look at how these two teams is. Let's make sure we can get the deal going on here. There we go. Now we should be live on Country 95.3 as well as online at Country 95.3 Sports on YouTube if you want to watch the live contest as well. If you're watching or tuning into the game across the field, appreciate you tuning in. However you may be tuning in, we will get this pregame show going. Coming up, I did talk with both head coaches, with Jace Burma for Sunshine Bible Academy and also head coach Tom Moore of this one. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and preview this contest more. We'll talk about how these two teams entered today as well as some previous history. That's coming up next after this 2-minute timeout as you're tuned in to Sully Butte Chargers football on Country 95.3 and online at Country 95.3 Sports.
Before or after the game, get together with friends at the Blue Goose in Oneida. The Blue Goose has a relaxing atmosphere, and it's a great place to talk about the game. Not only that, but you can see info and pictures of past teams and players. It's history with the focus on the future. Be sure to kick back with friends and coworkers at the one spot that has it all. The Blue Goose in downtown Oneida, proud to be a supporter of Sully Butte Sports.
At 83 Ag Sales, we specialize in precision planting to help you create a growing environment that will maximize your efficiency and crop yields. We're committed to helping you improve your planting and production with the best technology available. Located in Oneida, 83 Ag Sales, here to make the most of your growing season. Call us at 605-222-5385. We can help you choose the right components for your equipment and your operation.
AGE Corporation's contractors and crane service are proud supporters of Sully Butte Sports. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work, construction, and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That number again, 223-2732. AGE, proud to support local sports.
Back here on the pregame show on Country 95.3 as Morris joins me now. Kind of just rushed on in here, got the headset on, and I mean, dude, you're already ready to go.
Oh yeah, you know it's Friday night. You got to show up.
You know, it is senior night as well, and we'll get into the pregame interviews in just a moment. But you know, on a night like this, I mean, a lot of emotions, a lot of everything, but also a really fun night. A, for the athletes, but B, for the parents as well.
Yeah, you know, it's a big moment. Some of these seniors have, you know, played a lot of games here, a lot of minutes, and means a lot.
As to say, there is, I believe, 4 or 5 seniors they're going to be honoring tonight. So, I mean, when you talk about this program and kind of the direction it's going in, I mean, a lot of good things and good seniors that are going to be leaving what hopefully is going to be a fantastic finish to their season as well. Let's kind of take a look at how these two teams enter today. Morris, Sully Butte's coming in on a 6-1 record. They fell to Harriet's Shelby 22-20 last week, and you rather take the loss now before postseason plays, but Coach Moore kind of talked about just needing to get that kind of game out of the way and work on some things for this upcoming week and also the postseason.
Yeah, if you're going to have a loss sometime in the season, you prefer it not be so late, but, for it to happen, not in the playoffs is the biggest thing.
Right. The playoffs is the big one, and again, we'll talk about that more last week. It was actually their first loss in 13 games if you date it all the way back to last season. For the Sunshine Bible Academy Crusaders under head coach Jace Berman in his second season, he has his Crusaders at a 1-6 record. A lot on the younger side of things, just like Sully Buttes, but not a lot of seniors either with this program. But they did get their one win. They're going to try to snap a 4-game losing streak tonight. The playoffs, more likely not going to be for them this season. But if you're Coach Berman, you just kind of want to end on a high note, and he said he might try to throw a couple of things in tonight. So, when you're on the side of not being able to play next season, you kind of want to try everything. You're going to throw all the tricks out of the book tonight.
Yeah, when a team in here coming in, got nothing to lose, you want to end your season on a high note. If you can do that with a couple trick plays and scoring a couple touchdowns on a ranked opponent, I mean, that's a big exclamation point on a rather, subpar season.
It's going to shoot you into the offseason with really high notes and hopefully some good things in the future. Real quick, we're going to jump right into the interviews in just a moment. Taking a look back, the last 8 matchups, it's been all Sully Butte Chargers, 8-0. One of them was a forfeit win due to some low numbers. But when I looked at the scores of this contest, it heavily favored Sully Buttes. But you take a look at the outscoring, they have outscored the Crusaders 372 to 55 in the 7 games that they did play. That is according to Max Preps Inbound. So I got a couple of sources. That's why you make sure you do the research before that one. But so, I mean, for the Chargers, this is more of a favorable matchup with them. I mean, not just the history-wise, but also in the regular season, like we were just talking about, Morris.
Yep. The Sunshine, they're not a pushover team. You got to prove that you can beat them. And, scores might not always reflect that, but it's one of the harder fought, blowouts of the season if that's what it comes to.
Yeah, we're going to take a timeout here. When we come back, I want to make sure we get both head coaches on the pregame interview. We'll start with the opposing coach and Jace Berman, and then we'll go right into Tom Moore. That's next after this 60-second timeout on Country 95.3 and online at Country 95.3 Sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Teamwork is important to Barber Chemical in Oneida. With a full-time agronomist, sprayers, and licensed applicators, they have the team to get the job done. Their fully stocked warehouse will always have the latest products and technology available. Service, quality, and efficiency. That's the game plan at Barber Chemical. See Barber Chemical for your soil and tissue sampling needs. Good luck, Chargers, from your teammates at Barber Chemical in Oneida.
Back here on the pregame show on Country 95.3 here with head coach of Sunshine Bible Academy, Jace Berman. Coach, how you doing going into the final week of the season?
We're feeling pretty good. We're fairly healthy. Just ready to finish out the regular season, hopefully with some decent play on our side.
I know, win-loss record kind of been tough this season, but just kind of talk about the team and the progression that you guys have made, especially since you've been taking over as the head coach, kind of the progression of the program throughout this year.
Yeah, last year we made the postseason but lost a lot of seniors. I believe we had 7 seniors that graduated. So this year, a lot of younger underclassmen had to step up and just make plays. So we're a little undersized. So just day by day working to get better, trying to get the program to at least make the playoffs next year. But the growth of the seniors and the leadership has been very encouraging to me, even though it's been a down year.
I mean, even with a young team like you do, Coach, and you're on the younger side of age when you're looking at age. I mean, you're a pretty young head coach, and with the program, I mean, first off, as a young head coach, taking this opportunity, if I'm not mistaken, you actually went to Sunshine Bible Academy. Now you're being the head coach in a faith-based school. Just, I mean, kind of talk about that kind of opportunity to be able to coach your alma mater, but also to be able to have an opportunity to be a part with these kids.
Yeah, it's been such a blessing to be able to come back and coach especially and just invest in the lives of the kids. As much as you want to win, it's just about building people that do succeed in life, not only in their job, but in their marriages and life after high school. And just starting to change that culture of just putting in time and effort. The time you put in is the time, and the better things will happen when you put in good time. So just starting that as a culture has been my main focus these last couple of years.
And I was going to say, if I'm not mistaken, we were talking before the pregame interview, and it's kind of been a family tradition here as far as head coaches go. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you took over for your dad as the head coach. Just kind of like what were maybe some words that he said to you before you kind of took on this role, and also kind of the transition from him being the head coach to you?
Yeah. He just told me it takes a lot of time and effort. He also coaches wrestling, and he's been coaching for a lot of time. And he always says, just do the little things right. Look for the little things to change. And yeah, he encouraged me to change the culture. So that's what I've been focusing on.
Well, Coach, let's talk about this week's contest. You're taking on the defending champions in Sully Buttes. First, when you kind of look at the tape and trying to game plan for this one, kind of maybe what are some things that you see and kind of your approach to this one?
They have a very good offense, whether it's through the air with Whitler throwing it, or Wester Green or Whitler running the ball. They're just a really good team. Our corners just have to make plays when the ball's in the air. Hopefully get some pass deflections or some interceptions. And then sure tackling, which isn't easy when Wester Green's a pretty big kid, over 200. So.
And, with it most likely being kind of the final game for you guys this season, I mean, as a coach, when you think about that, do you kind of maybe try a little bit more of some new things for maybe next season, or kind of how do you approach it, like in a schematic way of, do I want to try new things for next season, or maybe kind of hold that back and wait for the new year?
Yeah, I mean, we might try a couple of new guys at running back. We got a couple sophomores that have a chance to run the ball on Friday, just to see what they can do. But I don't think we'll mix it up too much, but we'll probably rotate a few guys in a few different positions on Friday.
And then lastly, Coach, I mean, final one here. What is going to be some of maybe the key things that you hope to see in this one, or kind of maybe one big thing you want to see from your team before the end of the contest?
Yeah, the main thing is take care of the ball, and then try to force turnovers on defense, and then tackling. So win the turnover battle and tackle well.
Perfect, Coach. Again, it's head coach Shane Burma with Sunshine Bible Academy. Coach, thank you for your time, and best of luck this evening against Sully Buttes. Back here on the pregame show on Country 95.3, also streaming live at Country 95.3 Sports. Here with head coach of the Chargers from Sully Buttes. It is Coach Tom Moore. And Coach, let's recap just a little bit last week. I know it was a tough loss to Harriet Shelby, and now that you've had a chance to kind of look back on that game, maybe what were some of the key takeaways from that contest?
The big thing is I just thought that we played a pretty decent game in some spots and were fairly physical, but they were much more physical than we were. And then we turned the ball over way too much. When you have a team as good as they are and you give them 5 freebies, it's hard to do things. And defensively, they had a short field for a lot of the game. I know offensively out yardage them pretty good, but we had a much larger field to work with. They had a shorter field to work with, so it just made things hard for a lot of good football teams to do some things and had some confidence that they gained against us and put us in some situations we hadn't been in for part of the year. So it was a good takeaway. You don't like losing, but it was a loss that was good on film. So we worked on some stuff this week to help kind of hopefully fix a few of those things. So hopefully that makes us a better team here in the next future weeks.
And you, Coach, you go right into my next question and talk about like working on those things and, trying to improve. I know, like you mentioned, you don't want to lose any game in the year, but, with a loss like this, does that kind of maybe get you guys just like regroup and just kind of going forward, kind of like, yes, you guys lose, but throw that back and just kind of, as I would say, charge on forward?
Yeah, for sure. There's some things that we've been trying to work on for the last several weeks, and we finally ran into a team that took some of the stuff away and are kind of exposed some of our leaks and some of our issues and things that had to get shored up on film, and now it got really exposed with some of our players and some of the things that we were doing wrong too consistently. It hurt us extremely. So that was good proof for the film to see that, and it just helped assure that as we worked on it during the week, we had that to kind of talk about, and I thought the kids responded pretty well this week in cleaning some stuff up, and hopefully we have a little bit different verbiage with some stuff that might help them work better for the scheme.
Well, Coach, let's go right into this upcoming game. You're taking on Sunshine Bible Academy, and, on paper, this team, I mean, the win-losses are on the wrong side of things, but this is a team under a new head coach in his second season that, he's really building the culture. He's building the program up. But what do you see from Coach Berman's squad and kind of your approach to this one?
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing a nice job over there getting lots of kids out consistently, so that's awesome to see. And his kids play extremely hard. Last year, look at their record. They didn't have a ton of wins, but they controlled a lot of the clock that they went against on offense. They control a lot of the clock. They do the same thing this year. They're able to move the ball at times and put us in some situations of needing to get off the field, and they make it hard to get off the field at times if you're not in key spots and whatnot. So the team plays hard, and they have some nice stuff offensively that'll make us have to work to gain some stops.
You were mentioning they control the football quite a bit, controlling the clock and things. With a defense that you don't know. I mean, depending on how things go with the game starting, if that does result in you guys being on the defensive side quite a bit, I mean, just how do you kind of prepare for games like that where you might not see a lot of offense but see a lot of defense?
It's hard, but when offensively, if you're putting the defense out there a lot, it's awesome for the offense. And me as a defensive guy, it's just hard. It kind of hurts your confidence a little bit. I know that just going back to a game where we played Hitchcock early in the year, I mean, it was they had the ball for probably 2/3 of the clock. And luckily, offensively, we were able to score rather quickly at times, and we just had a hard time getting off the field on obvious third down stuff. They had 3rd and 9, they got 10 yards. So it's just little things, hopefully, that we've grown from over the last several games since then. So hopefully that, being a younger team, we're learning from stuff. We're learning faster than maybe we need to, but we are. We're getting in positions to hopefully understand situational football. So, being on the defensive end, that's kind of what we've talked about and pushed with, trying to get off the field and knowing down a distance, knowing situations and whatnot.
And also with this game, Coach, I mean, it is the last home game of the season, which means there's festivities, senior night, depending on how results go. And, I mean, it does seem like you will most likely get another home game. But to have that kind of night, a senior night, to honor the seniors and, to play a game that means, I mean, that's a memory for these seniors. Just How do you just kind of approach a week like this with, I mean, a lot of festivities and a lot of memories that are going to be made that night?
No, just make everything as positive and as joyful as possible. We're lucky we have four seniors, three that have been on with us for several years, and Noel being the fourth one. That's a foreign exchange student that's jumped on and doing some kicking, and he'll do some kicking tonight at the game. So getting exposed to having some fun, and those guys are great leaders, great players. They've been doing a lot of things for us the last several years. They've had a lot of starts, especially Gavin, Caden, and Wes. They've started a lot of football games. They've been younger, so they've definitely contributed to the culture of our football team and setting it forward to the direction that it needs to go. So very appreciative of what our seniors do week in, week out, on the field, off the field. So very fortunate to have that crew.
How important is it, Coach, to, and this is going to be maybe a two-parter question, how important is it to, I mean, with postseason coming up, to, get a lot of things right before postseason play?
It's big. And, going off of last year, we've talked about this a little bit. Just going off of last year, it was about Game 6 that things started to really, really come together. So by Game 9, our first round of playoffs, we were turning into a well-oiled machine, which obviously turned into a good ending with a state championship. So it was nice seeing how the direction that we're going right now. Last week we kind of went backwards on a few things, but we needed to be hit in the mouth at one point, and luckily it was Game 7. It wasn't first round of playoffs where it happened. So hopefully we learn from that, and starting tonight, that we'll be able to get our train rolling like we did last year, and be a team to reckon with in the next few weeks.
Perfect, Coach. And last question here. I mean, we've been talking about a lot of things about this football game, but one thing you want to see from your team tonight, what's the most important thing and why?
Big thing is control the game and create more takeaways. Where that last week, that was the big thing, is we had too many turnovers. We need to create some more turnovers, and then, like we talked about earlier, get them off the field on offense. Let our defense play, have much less reps than we had to have. So get off the field and create more takeaways.
Coach, I appreciate your time. Thanks for chatting with me, and best of luck this evening against Sunshine Bible Academy.
Perfect. Thank you for covering.
Hey, Coach Tom Moore of the Sully Butte Chargers. We're going to step aside. We'll continue our pregame show here on Country 95.3 and Country 95.3 Sports. As community Back here on Country 95.3 as it's Wyatt and Morris with you here on the call today. It is also 7 o'clock, which means it is the top of the hour. It is KLXS here, South Dakota, also in Oneida as well. A big thanks to Emma back in the studio to keep this game on the air, and for some reason can't hear myself, but we'll make it work as the night goes on. We're still waiting for the coin toss to see who will get the football first. Again, it is the Sully Butte Chargers taking on the Sunshine Bible Academy Crusaders. They're going to be in their road whites tonight with the tan pants. Going to be red numbers trimmed in gold. And the Chargers of Sully Buttes, they're going to be in their all-purples, gold helmet, white numbers, white lettering, Chargers across the jersey, and they're going to also be trimmed in black. And the seniors just getting honored a moment ago. They had 5-6 seniors honored here at Sully Buttes. And Morris, I mean, well, we got one thing left to do is play some football here.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Hopefully, these seniors can show up tonight and, get the Chargers a W.
Yeah, I was waiting for the coin toss here as they bring the seniors out. They also have Sunshine Bible Academy. They got the quarterback. That's going to be an interesting thing tonight is quarterback Toby Michelson. He's not wearing the traditional quarterback number in this one. He's wearing number 44 and a senior as well. And they got a couple of seniors as well, but that's going to be an interesting way to have a quarterback number.
Yeah, that's just good old 9-man for you there, Wyatt. I know you're probably not used to it here, but here in South Dakota, you can wear just about any number that you feel like wearing. It's a kind of a beautiful thing about the 9-man genre of football.
I was going to say, I mean, I've not caught a lot of 9-man football games, but I'll be honest, this is the first time I'm seeing a quarterback playing with a number 44. I mean, obviously he's playing both sides of the football as he's lined up as a linebacker for the Crusaders, but yeah, it will be, here we go. The Chargers did win the toss. I believe they deferred to the second half, so we will see the Crusader offense go first. And this Crusader offense, they're going to try to hold the football as long as they can. That's kind of the way they go, is slow but methodical through the night.
Yep, it's the game plan is to give this explosive Sully Buttes offense as little opportunity to put up points.
Yeah, still working on some audio here. I apparently can't hear anybody. No, you're gonna have fun again. I know DT is off for tonight. If he's tuning in, we say hello to you. You are missed right now. We got a scoreboard. We're gonna try to make this as fancy as possible for the night with the scoreboard and everything. As Chargers again, we'll get ready to kick this one off. Sending it away will be Noel Lindstrom for the Chargers. They'll be going from right to left. The Crusaders from left to right. We're on the way. The boot has been happening. It's going to be Michelson, the quarterback, who can't handle the football to start right away. And he's going to be immediately met by Hudson Barber of the Chargers. They'll be 1st and 10, right at the 28-yard line for the Chargers.
Real good kick there by Noel. He's not kicked a whole lot of kickoffs this season, but got that one down there.
1st and 10. Again, Michelson will be the quarterback. You got Carter Crump and Terrence Michelson in the backfield, and Toby and Terrence brothers for this Crusader team. Again, under head coach Jace Burma in his 2nd season, and a pretty cool family story behind this one. They're going to have 3 in the backfield to quickly start this one. Ball is on the ground. Michelson will fall right on top of that. Looked like a mishandle of the snap, and it will be a loss of about 2 here in the first play of the game.
Yeah, not a great way to start your first series, losing a yard on 1st down.
Yeah, Michelson doing the traditional high school, getting the play where you run to the sideline, even though he's got one of those quarterback wristbands to bring the play in, but that's probably the more easier way is running to the sideline and
play security.
There you go. Once again, 3 in the backfield. Michelson under center. This time he'll handle the snap. It's going to be a nice carry here for Michelson. Terrence Michelson to be exact. He's going to get the yardage back plus more, and I think you're going to get at least 7. Let's see what they put it here, and And we'll give him 7 on the carry, and it will set up a 3rd down and manageable for the Crusaders of Sunshine Bible Academy.
An impressive push there by the Crusaders offensive line.
Yeah, big offensive line. It's funny because, again, most of this team is pretty young. I believe 3 seniors when I counted on the rosters. This is going to be a toss there to Crump, and he's not going to get much. Maybe gets back to the line, and the officials are going to give him a -1 on the carry. So that'll set up a 4th down. It looks to be about 3 for the Crusaders, and we'll see what they do here. Is right now, it looks like they're going to go for it at their own 37 on the right hash here.
Yeah, but you know, if their goal is to not give it back to Sully Buttes, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, and this side they will go in the gun with 2 backs, 1 to either side, 1 single receiver to the right. Going in motion is Avery Hall. It's going to be a handoff to Terrence Michelson, and he looks like to be about a yard short. And it should be Sully Buttes football after the carry there, and not able to convert on 4th down.
You know, typically bringing that wide receiver in motion, you'd get a hat blocking wise, but you know, Sully Buttes like to bring that corner on a blitz following that receiver in motion, and that kind of screws up a count for an offense.
Yeah, they were looking pretty hard down the line to see if that was going to be a 1st down from our vantage point. That wasn't the case. And they're going to have Sully Buttes football here. Well, they will go to a 2-by-1. Man in the backfield is going to be Caden Westergren, with Wesley Whitler in the shotgun. 1st and 10 in Crusader territory. It's going to be a keeper on the option for Whitler. He's going to have a 1st down and more. 1 play and a touchdown. Right off the bat, it is a touchdown for the Chargers. 37-yard run from Wesley, the senior.
Yep, that's very on brand for Wesley Whitler. You know, had the give option to Westergren and just pulled it, took it around the edge, and there nobody catching Whitler in the open field like that.
You gotta like that backfield when you can have 2 guys with speed, especially with Westergren, and they're gonna look like they're gonna go for 2 here, which is the case. They'll have 1 receiver to either side, 5 on the line with a man in the backfield. We're in the gun as he will look to pass this one, and it's going to be caught. That's 2 extra points there. They'll get the 2-point conversion and trying to get the receiver on that one. Looks like they got it to Gavin Colson for the reception for the 2-point, and it makes it 8-0 on your scoreboard here. 1 play, 37 yards. I mean, you can't ask for a better start, and when you're having senior night, you know, it's kind of one of those you really want to do a lot and just kind of have fun. It's kind of one of those nights where you just let it all out and have fun.
Yep, you know, they're gonna let these seniors have their moment and trying to get them in the positions to make plays tonight. Give them, you know, at least one. You know, playoffs, it's not always guaranteed. You play your last game at home, and you know, tonight they're gonna show out.
Yeah, just a quick look here, if I can find the 9B standings, and right now Sully Buttes just taking a quick look, and we'll keep it here on KLN XS Country 95.3. Sully Buttes, despite a 6-1 record, sit 4th in the standings. So right now, if things were to end the way they are, it depends on other results as well. Looks like they will have at least 1 home playoff game next week, but with the format, that's way different than where I've been. It's gonna. I'm still kind of getting used to the C point.
Yeah, it wasn't always this way. It wasn't always, you know, it was more complex even than this. So,
you know, it's funny because it helps me because I don't have to do the math. The math is already done for me. But I will take that with some right there. So we got a kickoff coming again. It was a 37-yard touchdown run by Wesley Whitler, the quarterback for the Sully Butte Chargers. And it was 1 play after stopping the Crusaders on 4th down. Here's Michelson to the left side. He'll get close to the 40. You'll maybe get them at the 39-yard line, and that's where they'll start best of the field position on their first 2 drives. But, yeah, they didn't like to punt it. And, again, last game of their season, you're probably going to expect probably a lot of those to come with a kind of game like this. But, I mean, like you said, you never know what could happen.
Yeah, and it wasn't entirely unreasonable. I mean, it was like a 4th and 3, so, you know, if they can keep the ball out of their Chargers' hands for 3 yards, I mean, why not?
Crusaders now, they'll have 3 in the backfield, 2 running backs to either side, or 1 running back to either side. You got a man out to the right, and slipping down is Michelson, gets back up, and they're going to say the knee will put him down, and that's going to be a big loss of yards. That was just a slip on the field, and, I mean, there's not much you can do on that kind of play like that.
No, we've gotten quite a bit of moisture here. I don't know how much it's impacted the playing surface tonight, but I think he bobbled that snap a little bit too.
Yeah, quite a bit of moisture. They were Coach Moore was talking about, most of their practices have been pretty much in the moisture with rain and everything. As you got a man going in motion for the Crusaders, and you got a ball on the ground. The Chargers say they have it, and wait to see. We don't have confirmation yet, and they are going to say it is the Chargers getting the football back, as you had a herd of Chargers there to grab that football. It's the second time they've really seen the mishandle of the snap there. And
yeah, Crusaders are really just kind of beating themselves up at this point. They had a couple good running plays there in that first series, and now this series was just all kind of on them.
Yeah, so the Chargers, despite being in Crusader territory last drive, are even in better position, about 8 yards better at the 29-yard line. 2-by-1, the set man in the backfield with Whitler, as he'll take the snap in the gun. Drops back on the play action. That's a throw. It's bobbled in the air and almost caught by Jet Lackley. And nice job to keep his eyes on the football. Just couldn't corral that one.
Yeah, a real good hard throw there by Willer, and maybe a little quicker there than Yackley really expected, and hands weren't quite ready for the line drive Whitler threw.
Sturgeheimer was the one on the defense there for that play. Chargers will go in the same formation, 2-by-1, the set tight end to the right in the gun with Whitler and a man in the backfield. Snap. Give. It's going to be a give off to Westergren, and he will be close to the first down. Maybe gets a courtesy 9.
Westergren with the carry.
Looks like it'd be about 8 yards on the carry there.
Yeah. Good strong run there by Westergren. Really good push there by the Charger offensive line, making a huge running lane. And I think he even had a cutback there to the left side that he could have picked away and gotten 9 to 10.
Stance is pretty interesting, and for sports guys, I mean, kind of has that Ashton Genty kind of slouching down a little bit, but tries to leave his arms hanging as he's going to get the football again. Is Westergen to the left side, trying to get around. He'll be tackled. It is going to be a first down. It's going to be a big carry, and depending on the spot, I think they're going to get at least 12. We'll find out here as that ball was on the 20, they're saying. Looks like it's going to be at the 5, so that's about a 15-yard carry there for Westergren.
Yeah,
Or I'm wrong. It's at the 10. I apologize. That's the hard part, from sometimes from the field advantage. You're going to have to take your best shot, and 5 yards off. I mean, let's just say that's better than what sometimes people can do here with the math. Westergren up the middle to the left, touchdown Chargers. 2 drives and 2 scores.
Yeah, real solid run there by Westergren. Again, just massive holes created by that Sully Butte's offensive line. And, even he made a couple guys miss there right at the end, too. So, all good effort all around.
2 drives, 2 touchdowns, both of them been on the ground. They've only ran 1 passing play this entire contest. And we will look like to set up for another 2-point try here for the Chargers. And If I'm not mistaken, they really don't have a PA. Really don't do the PAT.
No, they don't kick field goals.
So they'll be in the same formation, 1 by 1 the set. Whitler is going to take it himself, and he'll pitch it off to get the 2 points. That is going to be good. And that pitch was there for Carson Miles. And just like that, it's 16-0 in favor of the Sully Butte Chargers. We'll take a quick 60 when we come back. Crusaders going to try to get something going. That's next on Country 95.3 and online at Country 95.3 Sports.
Hometown shopping at its best. Don's Food Center has what you want and where you need it most. Right in Oneida. Enjoy a great selection of groceries, fresh meat and produce, friendly service, and more. Get all your snacks for the big game at Don's Food Center. Don's Food Center is a proud supporter of Sully Butte's athletics and wish the Chargers good luck in today's game. Don's Food Center, where parking is convenient, shopping is easy, and your time is priority.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
16-0 is your score in this one. It's Wyatt and Morris with you here on Country 95.3. Well, 2 drives and 2 scores, and you think, well, I mean, they got to have quite a bit of yardage. They've only have 65 yards of total offense in this one.
Yeah, you know, starting with short fields, that's, you know, just the nature of the beast.
It will be the Chargers to send it away. Here is Noel Lindstrom, and I will say he was working on onside kicks later today, as this one is going to be stopped at the 10-yard line, finally picked up, and immediately is met there for the Chargers. I believe Miles was the first one who got there, and that's going to be a long drive coming up for the Crusaders if they can get to the end zone.
Yeah, heck of a kick there by Lindstrom. Proving that, you know, he's got a dangerous leg here for this special teams unit.
I was going to say, I mean, his onside kicks in warm-ups, I mean, they were as good as you can get. The extra bounce.
Yeah.
You know, those high bounces that you look for on onside kicks. So I'm just saying maybe something to watch out for as this game goes on. Michelson on the misdirection to the right side, and they get a nasty shot there. Was Miles. That was a block. Big heavy block there for the Crusaders. Again, that's Seth Cochin on the big block there, and it'd be a 1-yard carry for the Crusaders.
Yet to throw the ball here in this first half from the Crusaders. You know, you'd like to see them change up and keep the Chargers on their toes a little bit.
Yeah, second carry for Krupp. He's at even 0 yards in this one. Same formation, tight 3-back set. Michelson with a give up the middle, and I believe that's Michelson on the carry. And that will be the case. Michelson, or Krupp, excuse me, on the carry, and he'll get maybe another yard or right back to the line. So that makes it 3rd and long. You mentioned the passing. You know, from the one game I was able to watch for Sunshine Bible Academy, I don't think they passed it once. So I don't
really?
know. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was against Colmo, who that was their only win of the season. So not sure if maybe that was part of the game plan. As the misdirection quickly is met up there by the Chargers, and it's going to be a 4th down.
Yeah, and being this deep in your own territory, I would hope that they punt it.
Yeah, you got to wonder, especially if those 2 drives and quick plays. I'm trying to see, if I'm not mistaken, they've ran a total of 5 plays, have the Chargers in this one so far. So
yeah, it's quick and explosive, and if you're the Crusaders, you're trying to slow them down.
Well, it does look like they will punt this one away. It's Cochin who will send it away for Sunshine Bible Academy, and deep to receive for the Chargers. It will be Colson who will get it in Crusader territory, and he's going to be brought down Looked like a pull the jersey, but no flag on the play. Looked like he went down awkwardly, but I mean, you'll take it if you're the Chargers, especially if you're in plus territory.
Yeah. They have yet to. Have they started a drive on their beyond their 50-yard line?
No, I think the worst starting field position's been either the 49 or the 45 of Sunshine Bible Academy. So, I mean, it wasn't not that it was a bad punt. It was actually a decent punt. Just
Colson had a good return, and yet again in Crusader territory.
Yeah, starting at the 39 on the left hash. Again, they've ran 5 plays and have put up 16 points on the scoreboard. They'll go to a 2-by-1. Man in the backfield is Westerngren. Got Whitler in the shotgun. 4 on the line, and it's going to be a play action rolling out to his right. He's going to throw deep and just overshoots on the pass for Hudson Barber for the Chargers. It will be a 2nd down and 10, as that was just the 2nd pass attempt, and he's 0 of 2 so far.
Yeah, Hudson Barber there just on a simple corner route and beats his man on the coverage, and Whitler just overshoots him. That's a touchdown if he puts that on the money.
Yeah, that was, great route running there.
Yep.
And they'll go back to the same formation, kind of their pretty much bread and butter formation, 2-by-1 again. 2 to the left, 1 receiver to the right. There's the pass going to Hudson on the lone side as he'll get the reception, makes a move, and he will be close to the red zone. He might be a yard shy, but that's a good play there for a 1st down.
Yeah, Hudson Barber showing his elusiveness yet again tonight. All season. I know you may have not seen some of the rather shifty plays Hudson Barber has been able to make, but yet again showing his athleticism tonight.
There's going to be a gain of, if I do this right, 18 yards for Hudson, Barber, in that one. First completion as well tonight for Whitler. 1st and 10 at the 21. Low snap. Whitler handles it, though. He'll throw it to his left, and it will go through the hands of Moore. And I'll set up 2nd and 10 again.
Drops have kind of plagued Sully Buttes in crucial moments this season, and you'd hope you'd be able to get those out of your system before the real important games start coming here in playoffs.
And I was talking with Coach Moore in the pregame interview, and I believe we got through most of it, if not all of it. And he was kind of talking about the emphasis. The opponent. They're kind of building for next year now. Despite not being able to make the postseason, but you want to play for the win, but you want to get things right. It's more of a get-right game. You want to win, but in a sense, it's an important get-right game because they don't know who their first-round opponent is.
Yep.
Shotgun set, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper to the left. Big run, touchdown, Chargers. That is Whitler for the score. That's a 21-yard touchdown run, and he's got 2 touchdown runs on the day for 58 yards total.
That seems to happen a lot in this Charger backfield. It looks like there's some miscommunication. Somebody goes the wrong way on a handoff, and then, next thing you know, Whitler's downfield 15 yards or scoring. So I don't know if it's designed at this point or it just, Whitler just makes that many plays with his legs.
I was going to say the Crusaders had that if the confusion got a little bit worse, but either way, you'll take that. If it's a score, you'll take it any day of the weekend. The also common thing they do is they don't kick the point after. They will once again go for 2 as they already lead 22-0. 4:15 to go here in quarter number 1. Whitler will roll out to his right. He'll throw that one, and it's going to be incomplete. The pass was intended there, I believe, for Moore as well, and it's going to be no good, and it will stay at 22-0. We'll take a quick 30 on KLXS. It is the Sully Butte Chargers 22, Sunshine Bible Academy nothing, and we'll be back after this on KLXS.
2743 for all your aerial application and retail chemical sales needs. The Barbers would like to remind you what Henry Ford once said, that when everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it.
Venture Communications provides blazing fast speeds for affordable internet services. Streaming has never been so easy as it is with these super fast speeds. Don't want to leave the house to mail in that pesky bill? That's okay. Venture Communications allows you to pay your bill online or with an e-bill mobile app. They have local support to help with all of your needs. Contact Venture Communications at 605-852-2224 or visit our website at venturecom.net.
22-0 at the moment as it's White and Morris with you. Big thanks to Emma back in the studio. Not a lot of plays for the Chargers, but they have been able to account for points. And I mean, when you get two running touchdowns and only two of your carries for Whittler, I mean, you're going to take that any day of the week.
Yeah, 2 carries, 2 touchdowns. It's pretty efficient from a running quarterback.
Yeah, it looked like it was a little bit of a miscommunication. Either way, Linston is going to put the boot to the ball, and he will have this one roll out of bounds, and that will be the penalty marker if the official will throw it. He does. Took a second, but it will be the best field position here for the Crusaders today.
Yep, if you're a special teams unit, you hope to get away with, your time on the field with as few flags as possible. But, sometimes stuff like that is hard to avoid.
Yeah, it looked like there is a soft spot when you've seen the Crusaders go out there. It's that soft spot. He's been going to that area quite a bit, at least in those 4 kickoffs he's had so far. It will be the 4th drive for the Crusaders right now. Just trying to find something positive here on this drive. They will pass it here as Michelson's going to throw it deep, and it's going to be picked off. That is going to be Carson Miles with the interception and a one-play turnover. The Chargers have the football back.
Yep, Carson Miles. I think that's his 3rd pick of the season already, as coming from a freshman. Pretty impressive defensive player this year for the Chargers. Young, too.
Well, yes, you got the interception and anything. Probably the only negative things they're starting on their own side of the field. Yep. You'll take it, but what a great play. Way to watch that ball. And, there was 2 defenders there, and Miles is the one who gets the interception and gives it back to his offense. It's a 2-by-1 set once again. It's going to be a low snap. Whittler going to throw to the near side. It is going to be caught by Colson. Makes a move. Tries to stay in bounds as he's down the sideline and taken down at the 25. It's a first down for the Chargers.
Yep, just a simple little hitch there ran by Colson. Pretty much bread and butter from Whittler to Colson all season long. And Colson making plays with his legs, tiptoeing up the sideline. Showing a lot of athleticism tonight.
Gain of 29 on the play, and just like that, back in Crusader territory for this 1st and 10. Still in the first quarter, 3:54 left to go here. I feel like this game would be in the second quarter just of how quickly the Chargers have gone scoring-wise. They'll go to a 1-by-1. Whittler going to look to that far side. He is going to go for it. It's Colson. It looks a little too much on that throw. Good-looking throw, just a little too much on that pass.
Really good coverage there by the Crusaders defensive back there on Colson. Colson's no slouch when it comes to running straight down the field, and he kept pace.
Yeah, Mickelson was the one on coverage there for the Crusaders. Again, in their white tops, tan bottoms. Again, Jace Brahma, in his 2nd season. A little bit of family history. He actually took over it for his dad as the head coach of the Crusaders. It's Whittler once again. He's going to go to Colson, gets that completion, tries to make a move, trying to stay on his feet. The jersey getting pulled, and he'll finally be taken down after Michelson comes and assist on that tackle. And it will be a first down for the Chargers. And it's going to be inside the red zone.
Yeah, another simple pitch and catch to Colson there. These Crusader corners are playing a little off. and that's leaving a lot of empty space in that 5 to 10 yard range for these receivers to make quick catches.
That is going to be a gain of 24 for Whitler to Colson. And just like that, after missing 2 passes earlier, he is firing at all cylinders. It's Colson again. It's another score. They're going to say he's out at the 1.
Ooh.
The official didn't signal a touchdown.
Walked out.
If he walked out, it would have been literally the inch line. So
might have been a holding on that outside. I think it was a bubble play, bubble screen.
Wait to see here is I haven't utilized the crown mic all night. That's probably my fault for not turning that on. See if we can get the call from up here. And yeah, they will call penalty on the Chargers. So negate that entire play. First penalty. First penalty of the night by either team. It's going to go against the Chargers. I believe it is a holding. It will be 1st and 20 at the 19. Looks like probably got a hold just on the outside after that completion. 1 by 1 the set. Got a man in motion. Whitler, he's going to look deep and too much on that pass. Good looking attempt there as that pass is incomplete.
Yep, that tight end seam right down the middle. A lot of teams have really struggled to cover that this year against the Chargers, and Crusaders do a good job. Nice discipline there from their linebacking crew.
Yeah, they kind of win that line of scrimmage part is kind of what slows things down when when you see it right away. S'more was the intended receiver on that play. 2nd and 20 at the 19 with 2:52 to go. Whitler again. He's going to give this one off to Westergren, and Westergren going to try to keep his feet flag on the play, and you get a couple, one from the back judge. This looks like it might be coming back.
I want to say it may have been a face mask. They might have got him wrapped up around the head area on Westergren there.
Let's see what we get here. And
yep.
Yeah, they are going to get the face mask. Hard to see it from this angle. You just saw the back judge throw his flag.
Yep.
And
typically, that's a holding call.
I was going to say, usually you're going to get the offense on that one, but they'll take that back. So basically, take back that 10-yard holding penalty they had just a moment ago. And we'll see where they put this at. I think the Crusaders are going to take a timeout here, kind of just regroup here before the Chargers come striking back. 2:43 left to go. It will be a 2nd down after the face mask penalty on the Crusaders. We're back in 30 seconds here on KLXS in Country 95.3.
Building new, remodeling a little or a lot, or replacing the old with the new, Oliver Construction in Oneida is reliable, honest, and affordable in helping you make your house the home you've always dreamed of, large or small, inside or out. Give Oliver Construction a call at 295-2289 for all of your home construction and remodeling needs. Oliver Construction, 295-2289.
KLXS Country 95.3, Wyatt and Morris with you. And we were just saying this a moment ago. For 9-man football, this is really, honestly, the most impressive crowd I've ever seen in a 9-man football game.
Oh yeah, and it's kind of late in the season, and I don't think everybody's here that normally would be. This is a smaller crowd than I've seen. I've seen these stands pretty full. Come around playoff time, there'll be a lot more people here at this game.
It's because the season's here and everybody's gearing up for.
Yep. You got
season.
pheasant opener tomorrow. You got not gonna come to the game. I
was gonna say,
you got fat birds to go find tomorrow morning. But
if it's tomorrow, everybody should be here. But if you're tuning in, we still appreciate everybody tuning in. We're live on Country 95.3 Sports on YouTube. We're also live on KLXS online at country953.com. We're everywhere that you can find us. It is a 2nd and 5 at the 7. Chargers lead 22-0. Whitler Gonna look for Colsey. He's wide open. He's gonna get the score. Easy walk-in, toss, catch, touchdown for the Chargers. I mean, you can't get any more open than that. It's a 7-yard touchdown reception there from Whitler to Olson, and that is his first touchdown reception on the day.
Yep, that was a real simple route concept there. It's just, the Chargers saying our athletes are going to make plays tonight, and, led to 6.
Yeah, it makes it now 28-0. We are still in quarter number 1. That's how well the Chargers have done here on senior night. Final regular season game as postseason action starts next week, and we'll get a whistle before the 2-point try, and it's going to be the common false start penalty, and it should be a 5-yard penalty, and they'll retry this 2-point try.
Yeah, these 2 points can be, decide games, and they did last week. The Chargers don't get a 2-point conversion, and they end up losing by 2. These kind of mistakes kind of hope you don't bleed into more important games that you're in less control of.
And waiting on the Chargers side to do back the football up, so it should be, if I'm not mistaken, at the 7 or 8 yard line. Hard to tell from this vantage point. Moore will go in motion. It is going to be a give to Westergren, and he will get in, makes one move to the right, and add 2 more onto that. That'll make it 30-0 in favor of the Chargers of Sully Butte. And I mean, you can't ask any more. I mean, besides a holding penalty, I don't think this off. You can't say. Let me put my words together.
Westergren's getting to the second level, untouched most of the time tonight. And then he's making plays with his legs. He made a nice little jump cut there to get 2.
We'll keep it here, and we'll try to get an update. I know Pierre had an hour delay tonight, so not sure why. They are in Spearfish, so it's technically a 7 o'clock start for them, but they were delayed an hour. That's going to be on KCCR, but
there was an interesting matchup tonight. 9A and 9B, number ones. We're going to play tonight, Avon and Freeman. Freeman Marion, Freeman Academy. Freeman leads Avon 22-8, number 1 versus number 1 across the classes there. Then going to some Yellowstone Trail Conference, Sully Butte's conference. Fulton area leads Northwestern 28-0. And let's find another one here. Hitchcock Tulare and Arlington. Arlington leads 8-0. Common opponent there. Sully Butte's played Hitchcock earlier this season, handled them pretty easily, and yeah,
pretty convincing. We'll stay up to date on those scores, and again, we'll give you kind of more local updates. I know Stanley County is on the road tonight. They're in a theoretically must-win game for playoffs. Well, it kind of depends on how the other teams do, but they are pretty much winning. They can probably most likely get in, but we'll keep you updated as much as we can, and doesn't help when the Chargers are basically charging on into the end zone every drive, as this one's going to be another short kick. One bounce is going to be fielded there by Michelson, who goes up the middle. A nice return. Best return of the night. Keeps his feet moving and finally will fall down. And you got some laundry on the field, and I wonder what this is on.
Maybe a hold or, some kind of personal foul.
I think the one thing that's a bummer, when something good happens, it always somehow
great
comes
return.
back. It was best return it would have been.
Yep.
Personal foul, face mask.
That's field position, and you can tack on more, as it's going to be a penalty on the Chargers in the 15-yard variety. Face mask is the call. So we were just saying, usually it goes against you when something good happens. That
just stacked on top of itself for the Crusaders after a really good return.
So for the first time tonight, the Crusaders in Charger territory as they go in the gun. Michelson keeps it on the quarterback option, and he's going to keep going. He stays up, missed a couple of Chargers. And that is a good carry there. Best play of the night.
Play brings up 1st and 10 for the Crusaders.
Real solid run there by Mickelson, breaking tackles. We're number 44 quarterback.
That still confuses me. I know there's
the
some
fastest 44 out there.
I was gonna say, doesn't BYU have a quarterback wearing 48?
Yep.
I was gonna say I think that's the first time. And I mean, there's other quarterbacks who've worn interesting numbers. Those are just the 40s are, I think, maybe pushing it. Yep. Gun formation, man, going from left to right. They got a trick play. This one's gonna be tossed up, but luckily hits the turf or the grass in this case. They had Avery Hall throw that one. It was kind of a man in motion. They gave it to him. He's listed as a quarterback for this Crusaders team, an 8th grader as well. So
yeah. Chargers have played their fair share of 8th graders too, but for the Crusaders playing a more vital role.
Being from a different state, you're learning a lot of things. I'm learning a lot of things. 8th graders playing varsity football.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's size or class sizes and everything. You got a handoff to Crump on the carry. That's going to be a nice carry there, and probably makes it half to the marker, so it's going to be a 5-yard carry.
Crusaders here, not even needing that trick play to get some momentum going their way. They just needed a good return and a penalty, and they're deep in Charger territory.
Yeah, first time you're seeing, you were just saying it, movement on the offensive side, and let's see what the Chargers do here defensively. And they've done more positive things when they've been in the gun tonight, it looks like, for the Crusaders. Gun set, one receiver to either side, and it's going to be another handoff to Crump, trying to get closer to that first down marker. You're probably going to get at least half of it and maybe 3 on the carry for Carter Crump. He's got 5 carries already in the contest for 9 yards.
Yeah, like you said, moving to this gun set that they have in their playbook, it's really helped them move the ball here in this second quarter.
Looking at the Crusader roster, they also have a 7th grader on this roster too. So they are, when I'm saying this team is young, 3, if I'm not mistaken, 3 seniors, and the rest, it's a majority sophomore youth class. So when you're talking about maybe the future of this Crusader team, it looks pretty bright. But you also got to say that for the Chargers too. Is a fumble snap and fight for the football. We'll see who gets it. Michelson was close, but you also had Westergren there to get it. And they're going to say it's Charger football.
Just as we're singing some Crusader praise, a mistake kind of ends a rather momentous drive for the Crusaders.
You hopefully take some positive. I know the ending is not a storybook ending kind of drive, but maybe something for Coach Burma to take with him if he does get another opportunity. And I say that it's still the first quarter.
Yep.
Again, this game has felt fast-paced, but it hasn't been fast-paced, if that makes any sense. I sometimes don't make sense in a lot of ways, but we'll keep it at that. Play action. Colson on the reception after the pass from Whitler. Does break one tackle and slips on that field, and you kind of see the playing surface not where they want it, and they kind of, and Coach Moore was kind of expecting that, and you see it there on that play.
Yep, really helps the defense out when you got a 10th defender out there, and it's the field itself.
It's going to be a gain of 12, and that does conclude the first quarter of action. It is the Chargers up big. They lead 30-0. We enter the second 12. That's coming up next after this 1-minute timeout on KLXS Country 95.3.
Score big on your next vehicle purchase with Lamb Motor Company in Oneida and Gettysburg, Lamb Chevrolet and Implement in Oneida, and Lamb Auto Sales in Pierre. Check out their large selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs at any one of their locations, or go online to lambmotor.com. That's LAMBMOTOR.com. Or give them a call today at 800-952-2222. Lamb Motor Company of Oneida and Gettysburg, Lamb Chevrolet and Implement in Oneida, and Lamb Auto Sales in Pierre.
Whitler Seed Farm, already known for high-quality certified seed wheat, and now they're your Beck Hybrids dealer. Jesse and Sherry Whitler and family are proud supporters of students and athletes of Sully Buttes and wish them all the best this season. Whitler Seed Farm is the industry leader in variety, selection, seed treatments, and their loading is second to none. Visit whitlerseedfarm.com or give Jesse a call at 605-280-0152. Your source for seed for every acre. Located in Agar and Oneida, Whitler Seed Farm, 605-280-0152.
Trying to get this crowd going. They have been nothing but perfection tonight. I mean, they're going with all the music, and you know, when they have songs where you can kind of join in with the clapping and everything. I mean, when you're talking about a good night to do a lot of good things and celebrate for it, this is the night. I mean, they lead 30-0 over Sunshine Bible Academy.
Yep, you love to feel the energy from the crowd as a player.
It is going to be a 1st and 10 after that 12-yard completion from Whitler to Olson to end the quarter. You got Westergren in motion on the play. This one's going to be a deep pass. It is going to be just through the arms of the Chargers there. That was Barber as the intended receiver. And it'll be a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that's a real hard catch as a receiver. You start looking over your shoulder and the ball's outpacing you, and you got to change flip your hips or completely whip your head around, and that's just a difficult catch for a receiver.
Taking a look at play total so far, the Chargers ran 14 plays in the first quarter to 13 of the Crusaders. First play incompletion here in the second quarter. They'll go to a 1-by-1. Low snap. Whitler is going to keep it, now pitch it off. It's going to be good carry past the 40, and on the reception of that pitch was Miles.
Yeah, Miles kind of got away with one there, losing the ball late and tipping it out of bounds.
It's the first first Charger not named Westergren or Whitler to get the football on the ground this evening. Like I said, it's kind of hard when you're 2-3 plays and putting up 6 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's Westergren and Whitler are really efficient, especially tonight. And hopefully here, we get some more names touching the football, especially on the ground.
Yeah, if things are going the way they are, you're going to probably hear a lot more names, especially as the second quarter winds down and into the second half. 1-by-2 this set. Miles goes in motion from left to right. They'll set up a screen for Moore. As Moore does get the reception past the 50, gets to the 45, cuts inside, makes a move, and past the 40. And that's going to be a big play for the Chargers once again.
Yeah. If it ever feels a little too easy on the defensive line, a screen's coming in. Crusaders found themselves a little too far upfield, and Easton Moore had nothing but room to make a play.
They're going to make me run out of stat room here. That was a reception and yards after catch for 21 yards on that play. They are at the Crusader 38. 1-by-1 this set. Miles gets the fake. It's a keeper from Whitler on the option as he slipped a little bit trying to make a move to the outside, and he will slip down after another big carry there for the Chargers.
Yeah, that was a good fake. I was watching Miles 5 yards down the field. It wasn't until he kind of gave up on the fake that I looked to Whitler there, and it was really well blocked too. So Chargers finding success on the ground once again.
You did good when you fake out both announcers. Yep. Especially when you do it to a camera guy. If you make the camera guy look bad, yep. you did something right. Yep. Luckily, we're not falling for that. We're just right. We won't get caught lucky. They'll go to a 1-by-1, same formation. This time, it's a give. It's going to be up the middle for Barber. As Barber is going to get 11 and a first down.
Barber with the carry.
That will be his first carry of the night. Gets 11 and a first down.
Yep, yeah. I think we're just going to see a lot of rotating at the running back position here tonight. Get as many young guys used to handling the football on the ground.
Yeah, and kind of maybe a good week, too. Coming off a loss, you kind of have to kind of regroup, especially with a young team like this. And, Coach Moore was talking about how, he has a great senior class. I mean, he's got them in the most important positions, especially leadership, trying to kind of guide these young guys as Whitler's going to throw. It's a caught tiptoe in the end zone for a touchdown. Easton Moore from Whitler.
Touchdown, Sully Butte.
Yeah, really good play there by Whitler. You know, on the bootleg, finding Moore in the back corner of the end zone. Moore making a really good catch, having to stretch out for that one a little bit. I think that was just from his tight end position, a little corner route, and he beat his linebacker out to that deep third.
He had room to keep his feet in, but the effort to double check and make sure he was in. What a play there by, I mean, the O-line, the Whitler, I mean, everybody big contributing on that play. They'll go for two again. It's 36-0 with a 2-by-1 set. 2-point try. It's going to be Barber, and he will get in for two and add two more on what has been a perfect night here for the Sully Butte Chargers. And your score, 38-0. We'll take a quick 1-minute break. We'll be back and see what the Crusaders can do. They had their best drive last time. Can they do better again? We'll find out after a minute here on Country 95.3 Sports.
Hey, 2137. That's 605-258-2137 for Eric's Custom Repair of Agar. Go get him, Chargers. Awahi Grain in Oneida has been doing business with you, the producer, since 1954. They're one of the largest privately owned elevators in central South Dakota. Their friendly and knowledgeable team of employees is there for you. With 220-foot truck scales and 5 dump pits, they're sure to get you back to the farm quickly. They also have a 110-car shuttle loading facility and have 2 grain dryers to help serve you in all your grain handling needs. Call Awahi Grain Corporation in Oneida at 258-2811 or check them out at awahigraincorp.com. Grain is their middle name.
9-yard reception from Wesley Whitler to Moore for the score. Moore gets his first touchdown reception of the contest. That is Whitler's second touchdown throw of the night, and they're just scoring in all ways. They're just needing the special teams and defense now to maybe get on the scoreboard, but they'll take it either way.
Yeah, this has been a real good showing all around for the Chargers tonight. You know, hopefully they can keep things polished. You know, as these younger guys get in, you know, typically the quality of play can kind of decline when you go to the second string, and hopefully the Chargers can avoid that.
Yeah, Lindstrom is going to send this away once again. I'll get my words better eventually this evening. Second quarter with 9:23 to go is put the foot. This one going to be a little squib kick. It's going to be received there by Prible, and he will be taken down roughly at the 43-yard line.
Yep, good field position here for the Crusaders. Once again, not too far deep in their own territory. Maybe they can, you know, keep what they've learned from the last drive here into this series.
Yeah, it was when they were more in the gun. They were in the gun quite a bit, and you're going to see that here as they'll go to a 1-by-1 set. One man in the backfield is Crump to Michelson's left. That looked like a direct snap and kind of a mishandle. It's going to be a loss of yardage, and Morris, I might be wrong, but that looked more of a direct snap there as Michelson really didn't hold the football for a half second.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly happened there, if the snap was off or he just was real quick with his hands getting that ball to his running back, but nevertheless, it is a loss of 1 on the play.
It will be 2nd and 11 now. First possession for the Crusaders here in the second quarter. They've only thrown 2 passes so far. Both have been not to their teammates, as one was an incompletion, another one was an interception. Here's a quarterback keeper, and there is some room. Crusaders find momentum. Coach is holding up a touchdown, and that's what is going to be from Michelson. That was a great keeper right there for the score.
Yeah, Mickelson finding some room with his legs there. Maybe catching the Chargers asleep here with this big lead they've built up, and Crusaders capitalizing on it.
Yeah, that is a 43-yard scamper to the end zone for Toby Michelson, excuse me. And this is probably also not a surprise here. Common theme tonight, 2-pointers.
Yep. Not a whole lot of field goals getting kicked through these uprights tonight.
Once again, in the gun, it's going to be Crump to Michelson's left. He's going to look to pass. This one going to be a high arcing throw, and it's going to be incomplete. Olsen was there to bat it down if it became the case, but it was too far for either one to get the football. So 2 plays for the Crusaders, and they put 6 on the board. We'll take a 30-second timeout as the Chargers will look to continue their perfect game so far offensively. That's next on KLXS Country 95.3.
Years of experience. Lake and Out Construction Incorporated is your one-stop shop for grain handling on the farm or commercial. From repairs to complete new build projects, we've got the expertise to take on the toughest jobs. We're a proud authorized Sukup dealer ready to meet all your grain bin needs with quality products and dependable service. Call Todd today at 605-295-0011 for quality work backed by a crew you can trust. From Todd, Gary, Legina, and the entire Lake and Out Construction crew, good luck Chargers on a winning season.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
KLXS Country 95.3, and let's have some country music getting us back on to the action here after a 43-yard touchdown run from Toby Michelson into the end zone. It was just a simple read option play. I mean, needed some momentum. That was your momentum play there.
Yep, Crusaders looking for a little pick-me-up here in the second quarter, and they've found it.
Well, they're going to have to try to halt the Chargers for the first time tonight. They've seen the Chargers score on every drive so far, as that kick is going to be bounced into the face mask, corralled there by Olsen, and he really can't find anything. He gets taken back. He's going to be maybe at the 21-yard line. Might be the worst field position of the day, or the evening, I should say, for the Chargers, and that was just a good kick and really good coverage by the Crusaders.
Yep, you can see the energy that last touchdown has brought to this Crusader team is really visible in the body language of these white jerseys tonight.
Yeah, and also on that play, Coach Burma for the Crusaders, he's not in his 30s yet.
Nope.
Which is unheard of for a head coach. I mean, maybe for a smaller school, but when you're told that you're not even 30 and you're a head coach already for a football program, it says a lot. And like I said, I was mentioning the family tradition. We'll go back to that in just a moment. Here's a play action. It was intended from Whittler to Moore. It'll be a incomplete. It'll be second down and 10.
Yeah, you don't just put a little more touch on that small little out route, and that's a whole different play there, because you didn't have anybody coming downfield to tackle Colson there, and it's maybe a little different if there's a little better timing there from quarterback to receiver.
8:15 to go here in quarter number 2. 1-by-1 set. Western Grand in the backfield. Whittler is going to give it off to Western Grand. He slips again. And he gets past the original line of scrimmage, maybe gets 4, but the field conditions not really doing too hot right now. Despite it looking really good, it's been very slippery this evening.
Yeah, I can't imagine that sod is too tightly packed together tonight. I think a lot of slipping is happening, and Westergren getting tackled by the field once again tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a third down, first real third down that the Chargers have seen. That was a gain of 6 on the play. Play action. Going to be given off to Moore on the short pass, trying to find some room, and that's looked like a horse collar, but it grabbed the shoulder pad for the tackle, and it's going to be a first down as they get exactly what they need on that play.
That's enough for another.
Yeah, good second effort there by Moore there to pick up the first down, because I don't think he caught it beyond the first down, and making plays with his athleticism too is something to see.
Clock rolling to 7:23. They'll go to a 2-by-1 now. Short field to the right as the ball is placed on the right hash. Shotgun set. Snap. Given off to Westergren, and as he makes his way to the left side, cuts upfield. He's going to have a first, and the ball fell out for a second and bounced back up, or looked like he kept it for a moment. It looked like the ball went to the grass.
I guess I didn't see that part.
Maybe it was a shoe, but I mean, either way, it looked like it fell for a moment. He just quickly picked it back up. Maybe I'm seeing things. It's kind of the announcer thing. You'll get used to it.
Okay.
I mean, I know you've called a lot of games with DT, but again, if DT's tuning in, we're saying hi. Hopefully you're having fun where you're at, and that's going to be an incompletion to Olsen. Those are some good passes, and either they haven't been completed or the pass has been overthrown, even though they've been wide open tonight.
Yeah, Whittler's, it's uncharacteristic for him to have this many incompletions and, it be entirely on him. We've had a string of drops throughout the season, but Whittler and his receivers are kind of just out of sync tonight.
Yeah, Whittler 8 of 15 right now for 127 yards on the night. He's got 2 touchdowns to add to his passing night. He's got 2 touchdowns on the ground, so he's got 4 touchdowns in total this evening. What a impressive night he has. He has the quarterback keeper, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, which the ball is at the 45. He'll be on the left hash, though, and it'll make it a 3rd down and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Yep, you expect the Chargers to go to the air here, 3rd and long. Hoping to time things up a little better.
Coach Burma is going to burn a timeout. That'll be a second timeout with 6:12 left to go. 3rd down and 10 at the 45-yard line. We'll take a 60-second timeout. We'll be back. It is the Sully Butte Chargers 38, Crusaders 6. We're back in a minute here on Country 95.3.
Barber Farm Service Incorporated and Barber Chemical wishes good luck to the Sully Butte Chargers. Growers, call Ken or Jack for all of your planting and harvesting solutions at 258-2708. That's 258-2708. Barber Farm Services and Barber Chemical, located under the White Water Tower, 2 miles south of Oneida. They know that hard work does pay off. Go Sully Butte Chargers, from all of us at Barber Farm Service and Barber Chemical. Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net.
I got to apologize to Gavin Colson. I've been saying Olsen all the time. Morris, thank you for the correction there. Whittler, 3rd down and 10, needing a big play. They get it. Easton Moore to the 10, 5, touchdown. Chargers on a big 3rd and 10. Make that a 55-yard touchdown.
More there, just on a little tight end cross from the tight ends there. Whittler, it's day 1 offense for the Chargers, and still working here late in the season.
We got an injury on the field after the touchdown. It is Moore's second touchdown of the night. It is the third touchdown pass from Whitler, as we do have an injury on the field. I don't know who it is. I won't say who it is for obvious reasons, just for folks maybe watching this game. So once we know, we will let you know. Let's take a 1-minute timeout, give an update when we come back, and hopefully the injured Crusader is all right. We'll be back in 60 seconds due to an injury timeout.
The Sully Chargers are on fire, and so is our grill. Before you head to the field or the court, stop by the corner. We're celebrating the Chargers. Come fill your tank, grab a drink, snack, and show your team spirit with us. It's where Charger Nation gets ready to go. For either home or away game, fill up your car and your stomach. Call ahead if you're running late at 605-258-2400. Order your pizza or burgers and have them waiting on you. The corner is located on Highway 83.
Sunrise Bank Dakota in Oneida, they make banking easier with convenient mobile banking. Enjoy on-the-go, secure access to your account balances, recent account activity, and check images, as well as the ability to transfer funds and make mobile deposits. Visit mysunrisebank.com today or download the mobile banking app. Sunrise Bank Dakota is a proud sponsor of Sully Butte's athletics and activities, and wish the Chargers good luck in today's game. Sunrise Bank Dakota in Oneida, member FDIC.
Back here on Country 95.3 as they'll go for the two-point conversion. Whitler is going to get the pass. It is complete for two as Tucker Grews gets the score.
Yep. Again, looking to the tight ends to get the job done tonight. Nice little out route by Gruis there to get the extra two.
And we'll keep it here. The injured Crusader was Lucas Nelson. And as soon as we went to break, we saw him get up. He did take a slow walk, so hopefully he is all right and maybe take some time to kind of hopefully get back into this game, especially most likely their final game of the season here for the Crusaders. Do we got any score updates there?
Oh, if I can get the app to work. I was going to check up on that Stanley County game.
I say Pure should be just now kicking off as they are in Spearfish.
Stanley County leads Gettysburg 20-6.
Okay, so
that's 11 minutes left in the second. And then for Pierre, they have yet to start in Spearfish, number 3 and number 4 matchup there. And other matchups in 9B, back to that Freeman Academy versus Avon. Freeman leads 30-8 over number 1 in 9B Avon. So expecting a little bit better of a game there, and Freeman's starting to pull away.
Yeah, we'll get those are some interesting ones. The Stanley County one, locally wise, is right now a big game. Yep. Everybody's watching just because a win and their shots of getting in are pretty good, but they're kind of needing help as far as seed point average goes. And if we'll try to again stay up to date. Is game right now here in Oneida, 6:02 left to go. It is a 44-6 advantage for the Chargers. The Crusaders again did get a big run there on their last drive. Let's see if they can get something going here. That's a bouncer and just falling to the ground. The smart choice there by the Crusaders is getting that kickoff there was Jacob Hagen. Those are the kind of bounces I was talking about. It wasn't like the little squib kicks, but those bounces though.
Those are the most dangerous kicks on a kickoff, especially when you're not expecting them. That front line kind of lives in fear of that happening to them. And luckily, Crusaders hop on that one.
Yeah, again, it was Jacob Hogg who got the little squib kick right there. So they'll start where they were 1 yard off from their biggest run of the night that resulted in a touchdown. It was a 43-yard touchdown from quarterback Michelson. Michelson on the give and quickly met up there by a couple of Chargers, and the first one to get there was Gruis.
Michelson with the carry. He's tackled by Gruis.
Yeah. Crusaders, once again going to the ground to find some momentum. Mickelson on the keeper last time found the end zone, so if it's not broke, don't fix it. maybe in an effort to score quicker, they'll go to the air here, but I kind of think they're going to keep it on the ground.
Yeah, their two passes again, incompletion and interception, have been the two results. And as soon as I say that, it looked like Michelson was about to throw and then just kept it himself. Gets back to the line of scrimmage for a gain of 0. And he'll set up a long 3rd down.
Yeah, it looked like that might have been a setup as a bootleg, and Mickelson liked what he saw opening up downfield, and Chargers got off their blocks rather quickly, and whatever Mickelson saw kind of disappeared.
It's going to be a 3rd down and 7. And roughly the 44.5-yard line. That's hard when they put it in between the hashes. So do you round up for the courtesy, or do you just be accurate going at the 44.5? We'll say that as Michelson wears number 44. Deep pass, it is caught! What a throw, what a catch, and 6 points. You haven't seen that all night from the Crusaders, and they put 6 on the board.
A really impressive throw there by Mickelson, putting a lot of hang time underneath that ball, and just enough for his receiver to run under that. And the receiver, not sure who that was, but breaking a tackle on his way to the end zone. Rather impressive there. And like we said, Crusaders finding the end zone quick again.
Yeah, the brother connection of Michelson's for the score. It was 55 yards, and you really haven't seen them go long. I mean, They tried, more of a mediocre size pass there, and they're going to go for 2 here, and that was another pass and incomplete. But I mean, both their scores have come in big play. I mean, really big plays this evening. 4:35 left to go. It is 46-12, and with that, we'll take a quick 30. We'll bring back the next Sully Butte Chargers drive. That's coming up next after this 30-second timeout on Country 95.3.
Incorporated is your locally owned ag chemical and seed retailer. Yag Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. Yag Air for all your ag chemical and seed needs. Kyle 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771.
I think I need to get a bingo card of the kinds of music that's being played this evening. You're getting Star Wars, you're getting interactive music. I mean, you're getting kind of all levels tonight of the music options here from Charger Field.
Yep, not much consistency from the DJ in the booth tonight.
He's doing a good job. We'll give him a shout out. Last drive was a 55-yard touchdown completion. Probably, I would arguably say, even though they had a bigger play earlier, probably their best play of the night.
Yeah, especially when it wasn't just Mickelson doing all the work. That time, all he had to do was throw it.
Yeah, threw it to his brother, and he did the rest. So they'll send it away. It is 46-12 as they'll put the boot to the ball. It's going to be picked up there by the Chargers, and that's going to be Barber who gets it. He's going to have a big return. Stays on the inside, or in bounds, excuse me, all the way to the 42 of Crusader territory.
I think there's going to be some penalties with how that was blocked.
Yeah, all the laundry there on the field, and the Chargers immediately knowing they're probably going to be starting not where they hope to be. We'll see what variety this is going to be. So we wait for the call. The flag they have it at is at the 20 or 34. They just say that was a
10-yard penalty brings up 1st and 10 for the Chargers.
Yep, holding.
And they've been kind of hurting themselves with these penalties. They have 3 penalties for 35 yards tonight, but I mean, the penalties really haven't done much to this Chargers team because
hasn't slowed them down.
As I say, I don't think they've not had a drive where they've not scored a touchdown yet.
Yep.
Or at least put some kind of points on the board. Either way, still an impressive night here for the Chargers. Second quarter action with 4:26 left to go. It's 46-12 in favor of the boys in purple. Whitler gonna give this off to Moore right in the middle. It'll be a 1st down. He'll be taken down at about the 35-yard line.
Is complete.
He's a length play.
11 on the play, and
he got 11 yards on the catch and reception there for Moore.
Yeah, yet again, just another tight end screen to Easton Moore. Crusaders kind of bailing out of there hard to the flat on that motion by Barber and leaving Easton Moore rather uncovered for 10 yards.
Yeah, he's kind of been the go-to guy so far this evening. When you talk about the receiving side of things, he's got pretty decent. If I can get his numbers, I'll get him in just a moment. He's averaging roughly 20 yards per play, and they're going to fall on the football. It looked like I got passed backwards, and falling on the football was Brenton Barber for the Chargers. So they keep things going, and it's going to be a big loss on the play.
To Barber is incomplete. He dives on the ball for a loss.
That's a big loss. You're thinking like 6 yards.
Yeah.
Second down.
Chargers kind of beating themselves up on this drive after some success found to the tight end, and that sets them back quite a ways, 5 yards.
Yeah, more on the evening, not getting the accurate numbers. So you would think with the evolution of technology that we're implementing tonight, we would have better results. I can give you the throwing yards, just apparently not the reception yards right now. We'll get that fixed in a moment. Here's Barber on the carry. He's going to get shy of the 40 on the near side, and he's going to make up about 10 yards is what they're saying on the play.
Yeah, good strong run there by Barber, finding his way for 10.
Yeah, third carry of the evening for 15 yards for this Chargers squad. They're averaging about 11 yards per carry on the evening. And again, they've not had to give up the football unless they've scored a touchdown here. Whittler, and they're going to whistle this. They're going to whistle this down. He says his knee was down.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was a low snap. He had to get down for it. Knee must have touched, or the illusion of the knee going to the ground.
That's some good eyes from the official. If that is the case, wow, and that's a fourth down. This is the first time that the Chargers have maybe had to consider maybe sending this away to the Crusaders with 2:10 left to go.
Yeah, this will be an interesting decision with this amount of time left in the first half, and the success you found with explosive plays thus far against the Crusader defense. I would kind of be surprised if they punt it.
I was going to say, it's been a lot of deep passes that have kind of maybe gotten them out of some of the holes, and going to be Tom Moore taking a timeout for the Chargers here with 1:47 left to go, kind of just burning some clock. Yeah, it will be an interesting call. You have a quarterback who's thrown 4 touchdowns already in this one. He's put 2 on the ground. So, just like that, counting all the 2 points, I can't do the math at the moment, but at least 35 points just scored.
Yeah. The statistics would tell you to let Wesley Whittler run the ball. It'll be a touchdown.
Yeah. He's ran it 4 times for 73 yards. His first 2 carries were touchdowns. First time that Chargers have had some adversity, too. So, you've done a lot of good things, but maybe also a good thing to have this happen to you, especially
some practice for these kinds of scenarios that they might face later into the season.
Yeah, again, next week, postseason, most likely going to have one more home game.
Yep.
Based on results, they could have 2, but right now they're sitting as the number 4 seed in the 9B class. St. Mary's and Avalon both at undefeated records. Right now it's 7-0. They're 1-2. Falcon area, where Sully Buttes actually held off a comeback, won that game. They're sitting 3.
Yep.
Not a mistake, a 4-3 record. That's why the seed point thing is a little bit confusing right now. I'll catch up eventually. So the way things are going, they got Colson in motion. They're going to go for this as Whittler is going to throw the football, and it's going to be caught by Colson. It is a first down in Crusader territory. It is going to be at the 47. And you mentioned there, Morris, statistics say have Whittler do something, and that pays off.
Yeah, and it goes to good old reliable Colson to get the first down.
It will be a 1st and 10 now for the Chargers after a 20-yard completion there. Here's a give now to Barber, right side, trying to keep his feet moving. He'll be taken down at the 25. That's another big play.
Yeah.
Trying to catch up on my stat sheets. They're starting to pick up the pace here a little bit. It's a 20-yard carry for Barber. And they're going to quickly hurry up. 70 seconds left to go. Right side hash. Whitler has his offense in a 2-by-1. Man in the backfield is Barber. Whitler, quick throw. Going to be caught there by Hudson Barber. He'll be taken out inside the 10.
Pass to Barber is complete.
Yeah, Chargers speeding up the pace a little bit. Crusaders kind of on their heels here. And Chargers trying to get in for 6 before the half.
Hudson Barber was the one on the reception there. Gets about 18. I'm going to trust the PA guy on that one. Especially when you're trying to catch up with how quickly they've been going. It's about 55 seconds left to go in the first half. Chargers can put this at a running clock in the second half with a score. If they can get into the end zone, they got to get in the end zone first, but get another timeout here taken by Coach Moore. He will have one timeout left as well. We'll take another 30 here as the Chargers convert a 4th down. They're nearing the end zone. They're going to be at the 6-yard line for this 1st and goal after this 30-second timeout here on KLXS. Here, South Dakota, Country 95.3. We're back in 30 seconds.
Planting and production with the best technology available. Located in Oneida, 83 Ag Sales, here to make the most of your growing season. Call us at 605-222-5385. We can help you choose the right components for your equipment and your operation.
55 seconds left to go in the first half. Chargers trying to make it a 40-point advantage going into the halftime intermission. They convert a 4th and 10. And surprise, surprise, it's a pass from Whitler to somebody.
Yep.
I mean, he's found quite a few receivers. He's found 4 different receivers this evening. I mean, he's just spreading the ball. I mean, what you would hope for out of a quarterback.
Yep. Chargers taking full advantage of all their weapons tonight.
It's going to be a 1st and goal from the 6. Whitler in the gun, play action. He's looking, was looking for more, now rolls to his left. It's going to be an incomplete pass intended there from Yackley. And he'll set up 2nd and goal, and it stops the clock with 49 seconds left to go.
Yeah, is that the first time Yackley's been targeted tonight? I haven't felt like I haven't heard his name quite as often as I have the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'm trying to see it. That was his first target of the night. If not, it would have been his 2nd.
Yep.
All the way back in the first quarter. Chargers 1 yard away from 400 yards of first half total offense. I mean, they have just been driving down the field. I mean, they have had first couple of possessions in Crusader territory, and I mean, they're just moving the football. And as soon as I say that, Yackley was once again the intended receiver. It goes right through his hands. And that's back-to-back incompletions, and it's up 3rd and goal.
Willer's pass is incomplete.
Even with gloves, you got to wonder how moist that ball is. I mean, just to slip right through it. I mean, he had it right there, too. It just,
yeah, the Crusaders well defended. That little quick hitch there from Yackley.
Substitutions coming in for the Chargers for this 3rd and goal. Coming in, who's lined up far to the left. It's going to be Hudson Barber. 2 receivers to the right. Colson and going to be Yackley. Butler in the gun. Play action, rolling out to his right. It's going to throw it up. It's going to be caught. Touchdown. Courtesy of another touchdown connection from Whitler to Barber. Make that 5 touchdown passes from Whitler today.
Yeah, he just keeps adding to his total as we move along through this game. And, you know, just doing it simply. You know, nothing fancy here from the Chargers. Just, you know, go out and beat them type football tonight.
I mean, they have not had a drive where they've punted or given up the I mean, again, perfection is kind of the best way
Taking care of the ball this week has been a point of emphasis, I'm sure.
Especially the field conditions and how there's been a couple of fumbles so far from the Crusaders. They'll go for 2. Whitler on the quarterback option. He'll run into the end zone. He gets the 2. And with 40 seconds left to go, it is Sully Buttes up by 42. It is 54-12. We'll step aside. We'll take a 60-second timeout. We'll get you the final moments of this first half. That's coming up next after this 1-minute timeout on KLXS.
Crane Service are proud supporters of Sully Butte Sports. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work, construction, and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That number again, 223-2732. AGE, proud to support local sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Again, music choice has been fantastic this evening. Sully Buttes, well, another drive and another score, and I mean you really, I feel like we've been redundant on this, but you really can't ask much more. No fumbles, no turnovers, all been touchdowns in variety of plays. I mean,
besides a couple penalties here, the Charger offense has been very, very efficient tonight.
On the other side, Crusaders definitely have picked things up in this second quarter, as this one's going to be a high, short kick. It is going to be fielded by Mickelson and gets hit or runs into his own teammate. I think you get Sargent, who was essentially credited for the tackle for the Crusaders, as Mickelson was the one who returned the football there.
Yeah, maybe that was a stroke of luck there for the Chargers, as Mickelson making quite a few plays tonight.
I was going to say, I mean, sometimes things just go too fast.
Yep.
Like, we're just trying to find a blocker. I think that was kind of maybe more the intention. Maybe just, again, either could have slipped. I didn't see really a slip, so probably just being a little too fast on that return. First time in a while, they're going to go under center as Michelson. They're going to give this off to Crump. And with one timeout each, you got to wonder if they'll be happy to just take this to the half, as they don't see really any urgency from the Crusaders to close up the first half.
Yeah, but, you know, you've said it, I've said it. You know, they're kind of looking for a bright spot. Maybe they throw something down the field once again here as a last-ditch Hail Mary to get some extra momentum going into the half.
Well, if they're going to do that, they're going to have to quickly hurry this one up, as they got 4 seconds. Once again, under center, and they are going to run a play. Misdirection is going to be Michelson, and he's going to be taken down there by the Roche to end the first half. And just like that, Senior Night has been fireworks offensively. 54-12 is your first half score, and I wonder if Mickelson is all right as well, as he got up there slowly as well. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have first half numbers, recap the first half. And I mean, we have a lot to say about this first half. That's all coming up next here in the halftime show on Country 95.3 and online at Country 95.3 Sports on YouTube. Back in 3 minutes.
And technology available. Service, quality, and efficiency. That's the game plan at Barber Chemical. See Barber Chemical for your soil and tissue sampling needs. Good luck, Chargers, from your teammates at Barber Chemical in Oneida.
community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
At Ringneck Energy, our mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of our investor partners, and provides a safe, rewarding work environment. Ringneck Energy, located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida. Call 605-945-6900 and check out our website, www.ringneckenergy.com. Ringneck Energy in Oneida, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Koenig of Oneida, Pierre, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig with offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
Hometown shopping at its best. Don's Food Center has what you want and where you need it most. Right in Oneida. Enjoy a great selection of groceries, fresh meat and produce, friendly service, and more. Get all your snacks for the big game at Don's Food Center. Don's Food Center is a proud supporter of Sully Buttes Athletics and wish the Chargers good luck in today's game. Don's Food Center, where parking is convenient, shopping is easy, and your time is priority.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Back here on Country 95.3, online at Country 95.3 Sports. It's Wyatt and Morris with you. Big thanks to Emma back in the studio, keeping things live on the air. Halftime score, it is Sully Buttes 54. It is Sunshine Bible Academy 12. And, I mean, we've been talking about it. It's just been, I mean, if you want to finish the regular season on the right note, this is the way to do it.
Yep, a very definitive win, staying in control of the game the entire time. You know, really go out on your own terms regular season-wise for the Chargers. Yeah,
the Sunshine Bible Academy, tough first quarter, but, I mean, they figured some things out in that second quarter, a lot more plays from the gun. Their scores have been on two big plays that kind of either get caught looking or just the speed kind of beat them. I mean, there's some good things for both teams, and it's just like it's just one of those, like, you're so impressed on everything that Sully Buttes are doing, especially how last week went against Harriet Shelby. And I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, they're 405 yards of total offense. I mean, if you're putting up 405 yards of total offense, that's a recipe for success. I mean,
that's just 2 quarters of play, and that's quite the number from an offense.
Yeah, let's take a look at the first quarter scoring. The first score was courtesy of a touchdown run. It was a 37-yard touchdown scamper from Wesley Whitler to put the Chargers up 8-0. They would get another score from Whitler, 21 yards out for another score. They started 2 possessions in Sunshine Bible Academy to get those first 2 scores, and then they would get one through the air. It was a 7-yard touchdown connection from Wesley Whitler to Colson. Again, I apologize. I've been saying his name Olson all night. So if he does watch this, and wonders who the guy is, I apologize. I'll apologize to him later down the road if that becomes a case. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
It's just one of those, you're just like, you feel so bad once you think you know it.
Yep.
And
Say it so confidently, and
I've been saying confidently all night. I've been looking at my sheet and everything, full confidence, but sometimes it gets the best of you. Appreciate the correction there. Second quarter, I mean, where do you even begin? Let's go with the Sunshine Bible Academy Crusaders first. They got 2 scores. They got them on both big plays. First one was a 43-yard touchdown run from Toby Mickelson. I believe, 2 plays and a big run.
Yep.
I mean, that's really kind of what's sparked that offense and kind of really was able to have sustained drives. They weren't able to get more scores. They would get a 55-yard touchdown completion from the Mickelson brothers to finish that. But that's kind of, they went to the gun, and that big play kind of really helped them kind of move the football more in that second quarter.
Yeah, even just from a coaching standpoint, maybe even for the Crusaders, you'd like to find a little more consistency, play to play, put an actual drive together and not have to rely so much on the explosive play. But, it's definitely a highlight for them on the night.
Yeah, and then take a look at the Sully Butte Chargers. 1, 2, 3. 3 touchdowns in the second quarter, and they were all through the air, if I'm not mistaken. I might be missing a score somewhere. We'll fix that in a moment, though. 9-yard touchdown completion from Whitler to Moore. You also had a 55-yard touchdown connection from Whitler to Moore. And let's make it a trifecta for Whitler is he would get another touchdown throw to Barber. And I did miss one. Colson did get a touchdown reception in the first quarter, so that was my fault. I missed that touchdown. But, 6 touchdown throws for Whitler tonight. I mean,
we've sung praises about this offense all night. And, for them, it's just keeping it up and, getting young guys involved and as they have all night. And, they can't, get complacent going into the second half, seeing the score and just coasting to the end of the game.
Yeah, could expect some of the more younger guys, like you were mentioning. I was talking to Coach Moore before the game. He's like, kind of maybe see that a little bit here is if the game kind of gets that opportunity. He's like, we're already playing a lot of young guys. They had 2 injuries we didn't even know about. I'll make sure to get those in just a moment. But, we'll take a look more of the stats here in just a moment. Like we mentioned, we'll get the team stats. We'll also get the individual statistics. We mentioned the 6 touchdowns. There's a lot more than just 6 touchdowns that tells the story of this one. Let's take a 90-second timeout. We'll get the individual and team stats and get the second half kicked off here. Coming up next, again, Sully Butte's leading this one 54-12 against the Crusaders. We're back in 90 seconds on KLXS Country 95.3 Sports.
Season long. Call Brett Spray Service today at 258-2743 for all your aerial application and retail chemical sales needs. The Barbers would like to remind you what Henry Ford once said, that when everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it.
Venture Communications provides blazing fast speeds for affordable internet services. Streaming has never been so easy as it is with these super fast speeds. Don't want to leave the house to mail in that pesky bill? That's okay. Venture Communications allows you to pay your bill online or with an e-bill mobile app. They have local support to help with all of your needs. Contact Venture Communications at 605-852-2224 or visit our website at venturecom.net.
Building new, remodeling a little or a lot, or replacing the old with the new, Oliver Construction in Oneida is reliable, honest, and affordable in helping you make your house the home you've always dreamed of. Large or small, inside or out, give Oliver Construction a call at 295-2289 for all of your home construction and remodeling needs. Oliver Construction, 295-2289.
Back here on Country 95.3. I want to make sure I wasn't getting ahead of myself there. For folks listening in their cars maybe that bought some raffling tickets earlier, we want to make sure that winner gets announced. If they are listening to that, I gave Morris the number. Did we get the number?
Nope, you're missing a number. Nope.
Okay,
Yep.
we thought we had one.
Thought we had a winner here.
We thought we did, but you do have that number. What's
Yeah,
that
the
number?
50-50 number is 7928881. $225 is the prize. That is your ticket.
So if they're listening in the car and bought a 50-50 raffle, make sure you come up and grab that real quick. And let's also real quick go over team stats here. Quickly, Sully Buttes, 405 yards of total offense to 123 for Sunshine Bible Academy. Again, theirs was more of the big plays that kind of set things up. Passing Whitler for the Sully Butte Chargers, 13 of 22 for 237 yards. Not a bad number for the first half for Rowan. Rushing, they would have a total of 168. It is led by, Wesley Whitler with 4 carries for 73 yards. Western 5 carries for 52 yards. Miles has a carry for 8 yards, and Barber 4 carries for 35 yards. Receiving numbers are all over the place. Just note that Moore has 2 touchdowns, Barber with a touchdown, and Colson with a touchdown as well. So, I mean,
a pretty balanced attack from the Chargers offense tonight, coming from all sorts of positions and names too. So, yeah,
taking a quick look at Sunshine Bible Academy. Toby Michelson, 1 of 2 on the day. He has a touchdown and an interception. So, I mean, technically both his passes have been completed. It's just one of them's been to the other team in this case. They did have another thrower, Jackson Hall, if I'm not mistaken, let me retry that again. Avery Hall, excuse me, the 8th grader had one pass attempt. That was kind of, everybody was coming after him. He just threw one, just kind of a prayer throw there. Rushing 68 yards of total rushing as we do get set for the second half in just a moment. Carter Krupp, 5 carries for 9 yards. You had Terrence Michelson, 5 for 13, and Toby Michelson, they get that big carry for 43 yards. He does have 5 carries for 46 yards, and a couple of those have been just bad snaps, and he's kind of had to fall on those fumbles. I mean, unfortunately, that is part of the rushing statistic, and you don't hope that's the case. But, I mean, again, those big plays have kind of been what's helped this offense. But, I mean, Sully Buttes, what a night. I mean, if there's one thing to put this game is coming off a loss, that's what you hope for after a loss.
Finding a great success, over, any opponent really is just putting yourself back together after a loss is really important as a team.
Yeah, it will be Sully Buttes football to start the second half, and we will be in a running clock starting from the second half, basically, as that 40-point mark has been achieved by the Sully Butte Chargers, again leading 54-12. There was an injury, if I'm not mistaken, timeout in the Pierre Governors game, and it looks like, I believe Spearfish might have just went up 2 scores. We'll have to check that score in just a moment. If I last checked, it was 7-0 in favor of Spearfish, but we will try to catch up on that in just a moment. We get some of the other local scores and some big 9B contests as well, I believe, or I guess the 9A and 9B number 1 teams.
Checking back in on Stanley County, they lead Gettysburg 32-6 at the end of the first half.
Yeah, that's a big game if they can hold on and win that and win it convincingly. Let's just say. Again, they're fighting for a playoff spot. Sully Buttes, playoff-wise, I mean, they're trying to improve right now. Most likely going to hold on to that 4 spot based on seed points, and will host a first-round playoff game, but that's not set in stone. That's just when you do the math and everything, that's pretty much where everything falls. So for DT, that's going to be a nice short road trip next week. Only a short trip for you if you're able to swing on in. And
hopefully I can make it to that one. I do have that Spearfish Pier game update. 21-0 Spearfish. 1 minute left in the first quarter.
Wow. That's kind of maybe, when you think about it, that's kind of more of a surprise. And that's kind of been an odd class this year when you think about it. I mean, a lot of different kind of upsets. Sturgis Brown beat Yankton in a way, and then Pierre goes on to just, run the scoreboard against Sturgis Brown. They would lose to O'Gorman, and I mean, it's kind of all over the place this year for 11 AA football. So, yeah, that's more of a shocking score, I think. It just when you think of Coach Steele and his squad and what they've been able to do, I mean, for almost a decade now. So we'll get set here now for the second half. We'll get more score updates here in just a moment. And going to be sending it away for the Crusaders is coaching. And figuring out what's going on. I think they had 12-20 on the scoreboard. Just getting a scoreboard correction there. Could see a lot of the younger guys as well here in this second half as well. Maybe something to keep an eye on as well. Beach Chargers football. This one a little bit of a bouncer. Got a fall on it though to get it, and they do. And that is going to be courtesy. Let's see who got that football there real quick. Oh, it's going to be Kinsey. Last name Kinsey there. It looked like 36 for a minute there. Had to make sure I wasn't seeing 36. It was 35. Yep. That's Jamison Kinsey with the recovery. Ball at the 39-yard line, and it's going to be the first drive of the second half here. Looks like Whitler is still going to play quarterback. It looks like a lot of the starters at least going to start at least this second half on the first drive.
Yeah, they got a good mix out there right now. I think they, got some second string guys. I see Carson Miles in there playing tight end right now.
You gotta like Whitler just being there just to kind of help.
Oh yeah.
Those young guys out as he is going to be in a gun 1-by-1 set. Extra man on the line as it's going to be Western Grin with the carry. Stays on his feet, taking some Crusaders with him. It's going to be a first down, a gain of 14.
Westergan just putting the hitch on and pulling a trailer behind him there for an extra 5 after he breaks through the first defensive line there, and real just dominant run yet again by Westergan.
Can't copyright that analogy. That was really good.
Thank you.
That's a unique one. I might have to steal that from you one of these times. Again, that was a gain of 14, first and 10 now, already in Crusader territory. 1-by-1 set. Western Grin in the backfield of Whistler. It's going to be another carry. Western Grin, we didn't call his name a lot in the second quarter. He's going to get another carry, and then you're going to tack on 15 more for the horse collar, and that one kind of felt like that was a penalty coming for the Crusaders for a while.
Yeah, that one was kind of staring the side judge there in the face, and I don't think he had much of an option but to call that one.
I was going to say, there was a couple of times we maybe could have seen that call, but when you kind of look at it again, it was more of like tugging the jersey than really getting the horse collar. So, not to add on that insult to the injury, but to the Crusaders, but Sully Buttes are already nearing the end zone. They're at the 23 on the right hash. Clock again. It is a rolling second half here. They'll go to a 1-by-1. 2 extra men on the line. Shotgun set. Got Barber in the backfield. As Whitler will take it, run to the left, pitch it off to Barber. That's going to be a pitch that leads to a first down. And you're going to add more after the contact and probably gains, as BA announcer says, 14 there. That'll be another first down.
Whitler's going to hold that ball as long as he has to, and then as soon as he sees that defense closing on him, he's going to pitch off to Barber and let him do the rest of the work. And Barber doing his part, getting the first down there for the Chargers.
That timing is so important, too. I mean, just like, when does Whitler take it off? When does the running back expect it? Because, he's done that with only Barber this evening, if I'm not mistaken. But just that timing, that's such a difficult play. I mean, it looks simple, but at the same time, it can be difficult. They'll go on the pass there. Low pass. It was intended for Jackson Paxton, the freshman. It'll be a second down and 10 for the Chargers of Sully Buttes.
Yeah, just a little low throw there on the quick slant from the freshman receiver there. Yet again, just a little out of sync from Whitler and his receivers tonight.
First pass attempt of the second half as Whitler is 13 of 23 for 237. Again, it's had a good night both ways. Gives this one off to Barber. Barber trying to push forward and probably charges for about 5 yards.
Yep, going to the ground just to keep it safe. This close to the end zone, I think the Chargers are just looking for another score to maybe get out of here a little quicker.
Yeah, it would have to score twice and hold Sunshine once if that does become the case. You had 54-12 is your score. 7:35 and counting. Clock will basically stop on change of possession. Really, it's going to be the only time it will stop. Whitler in the gun. One receiver to either side. They are mixing a lot of freshmen in here in the second half on the first drive. There's a pass intended for Miles, and it's going to be incomplete, and it'll be fourth down.
Yeah, and with this second string group of receivers, there's going to be a little bit different timing between quarterback and receiver, and whether that just be the sense of urgency Whitler might feel in the pocket, or the lack of separation from a younger, less seasoned receiver, but just a little out of sync can cause these incompletions.
Yeah, and this is also no surprise either. They're going to go for it on fourth down. I mean, they really don't have room to punt it. They're going to be at the 6. Left hash. Here is going to be a pitch just in time for Barber trying to get around, and he's going to be stopped. And Sunshine is ecstatic on the sideline. And, I mean, again, with a score like this, I mean, you're taking a lot of positives, but the fact that everybody's in it, you love to see that.
Yeah, Sunshine's just, looking for any little win they can get here at that point, and that fourth down stop is pretty big at this point in the game.
And we'll give the Crusaders a first down, and they are deep in their own territory. I would say this is the worst field position of the night, and we've been saying that quite a bit, but it feels like they've gone further back. You get a couple close to the midfield, and then you're as far back as you feel like you can be. They'll go under center. They'll lose the football as Michelson, and looks like he just fell on it and will lose a yard.
Yeah, and, it's kind of backed up as they are. Those are the kind of plays you really can't afford if you're trying to put another scoring drive together here. So the Crusaders, have one less down to make up some lost yardage there.
I wonder if they'll go kind of that misdirection play. That's kind of been one of their better running plays.
Yep, that the counter that has been real successful for them, and giving Mickelson the option to pull that and take it around the corner has, been one of their scoring drives.
Between the hashes on this second down, they will give it off to Krupp, who goes over one of his linemen and gets a good carry, and it was a lengthy jump, put the arm on his lineman and got over. Didn't get a lot, but you'll take those yards, especially on a play like that.
Yeah. Crusaders' backs are, jumping at the chance for more yards and doing everything they can just to keep this drive alive.
They're going to get 6 on the play, so it will be third down. Actually, it will be a 6, sorry. 3rd and 5 now after that 2nd and 11. Chargers showing some pressure. They will go in a gun. Man motions from left to right. They will give it off to the motion man. Then they'll reverse it for Michelson. That's an interesting play you haven't seen in a minute, and it's going to be maybe 3 or 4. And it's going to be a 4th down for the Crusaders.
Yeah, real good discipline there from the second string Chargers defense, staying home on the reverse. Typically you'll get the secondary guys chasing front side, play side, and out of position for that reverse, and good job there by Carson Miles staying home.
Yeah, good good handoff too.
Yep.
I mean, those are the plays that could go very disastrous, to say the least. We got a timeout taken here by the Crusaders. They'll take their first on 4th down. They're obviously going to go for this one and try to extend this game just a little bit longer. And 4:16 left to go. Clock does stop again. We are in running clock for the rest of this second half. And Pierre finally does get on the board. They are trailing by 14 again. We mentioned that score earlier. It was more of a shocker. And the last time there was a home game here, they fell to O'Gorman. And just interesting scores this year, to say the least. Last week, I would say maybe an interesting score. That you mentioned the two-pointer. That really was the difference of the football game for the Sully Butte Chargers, losing their first in 13 games. And I mean, to win one is already hard enough, but to win 13 in a row and try to go the whole season without a loss is, it's 10 times harder and even 100 times harder when you're trying to go for a lengthy streak as well.
Yep, and even just from a coaching perspective, especially when a lot of those 13 wins came from last year's team, and you're just trying to keep it rolling.
What was your longest winning streak when you played football?
I think it was in the 20s.
Fourth down is going to be, looks like enough for a first down, as we were talking about winning streaks here. It looks like there's a carry there from Goshen. They are going to say a first down, so Goshen's going to get just enough for the first down. And did you say yours was a 20?
Yeah, I think
win streak?
In college, that was we got up there. If not 20,
college,
it was 19 or something like that.
What about high school?
Oh,
since you played for,
I don't think we
Chargers.
got to 13. That might be the longest.
That'd be the longest one. Michelson on a little dump, almost couldn't handle the reception, and it's going to be Michelson making a move and up for a first down. And Crusaders getting something going offensively as they get 16.
Yeah, Crusaders finding a little momentum here, going, spreading the Chargers out, making them run sideline to sideline. I expect them to keep doing that until the Chargers stop them.
Yeah, again, clock continuing to roll. We're already at 3 minutes to go in the second half here. I mean, you look at some of the scores that Sunshine Bible Academy has seen this season, but I mean, there hasn't been a game where I think a couple of games, maybe one that they've had to call it there. It was like a 62-0 result, but they've never have seen the rule kind of been implemented. So the fact that they get through most of these games is, I mean, that says a lot about being competitive and not giving up. Because I mean, they could have easily just said, let this game go away.
This is their last game of the season. They're not just gonna roll over and die for this Charger team. And I think the Crusaders are just gonna treat this like, they don't see the scoreboard at this point. They're just gonna keep playing as hard as they can.
Yeah, throw some unexpected things. I think we've maybe seen a couple of those tonight as well. Shotgun set. There you go back to the gun. They have a man go in motion from right to left. It is going to be, whatever it looks like. Yeah, it's going to be Michelson on the carry. You'll maybe, looks like 4 on the carry.
He is tackled by
But yeah, good. Bright future for the Crusaders. I mean, this is a very young team when you talk about seniors. I'm just counting them from the top here. They have 4 seniors on a comparably small roster to the Chargers, but I mean, when you're looking kind of ahead here, again, only just the second season under Coach Burma, and we got some laundry on the field.
Procedure?
Not sure what exactly.
Well, I think the center may have picked that one up.
Something you don't really see.
Yep. Maybe adjusting the ball to his preference, and the ref thought there was a little too much movement there.
I'm not going to say this because I think it's funny, but I also think it's funny. They can see in high school the team moving the football, but one football team who runs one particular play, they can't call that one. Sorry, as a Cowboys fan, I kind of have to make that statement. So at least you know where I was going with that one. Motion man is all from right to left. He was looking to dump it off. He does. It takes a hit. Somehow Michelson is going to have a first down and more. And first off, give credit to the 8th grader. That is taking that kind of hit.
Yeah,
That's
Avery
all
there,
I got. Wow.
Not shying away from doing his part of the trickery as he dumps that off to, I think that was Mickelson.
Yeah, Michelson getting a huge reception. I didn't even.
We've said it. The Crusaders are going to find ways to keep this ball moving down the field. Oh, and that's the end of the third already.
Yeah, that was quick,
with this running clock, it's going to move fast.
It's a quick quarter. Both teams getting excited for the fourth quarter. One team's season is going to come to an end in 12 minutes. The other one just trying to finish strong going into next week. We'll step aside. We're back in a minute. Wrap this one up. Sully Buttes 54, Sunshine Bible Academy 12. We're back after this on Country 95.3.
Score big on your next vehicle purchase with Lamb Motor Company in Oneida and Gettysburg, Lamb Chevrolet and Implement in Oneida, and Lamb Auto Sales in Pierre. Check out their large selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs at any one of their locations, or go online to lambmotor.com. That's LAMBMOTOR.com. Or give them a call today at 800-952-2222. Lamb Motor Company of Oneida and Gettysburg, Lamb Chevrolet and Implement in Oneida, and Lamb Auto Sales in Pierre.
Whitner Seed Farm, already known for high-quality certified seed wheat, and now they're your Beck Hybrids dealer. Jesse and Sherry Whitner and family are proud supporters of students and athletes of Sully Buttes and wish them all the best this season. Whitner Seed Farm is the industry leader in variety, selection, seed treatments, and their loading is second to none. Visit WhitnerSeedFarm.com or give Jesse a call at 605-280-0152. Your source for seed for every acre. Located in Agar and Oneida, Whitner Seed Farm, 605-280-0152.
Fourth quarter about to get underway here. Final 12 minutes of the regular season for 9B football as postseason will start next week. If I'm not mistaken, they play Thursday games next week, next couple of weeks. So interesting as well. Again, learning new things as time goes along. Hall will go in motion, who just threw the pass, and another shot taken. Fumble on the play. It's going to be recovered by the Crusaders, but that is the second hit from A.J. Oliver, the freshman for Sully Buttes, and he has done that twice now.
Yeah, Oliver has made a lot of plays from that defensive end position this year, and is not toning his play down tonight with these hits he is delivering on these Crusaders.
Yeah, I mean, you had Michelson, who's the quarterback. He's 148. The eighth grader, who's the backup quarterback, is $120, and he's delivered hits on a couple of those guys. I mean, those have just been great plays. Here's another deep pass through the arms of Larash. That was almost a turnover there, but I mean, those are young athletes. They're going to be built eventually. I mean, grow into what they're going to be. But I mean, the fact that they got up right away too. I mean, I think that's why I'm just so stunned. Is like you take hits like that, and you're like, if it's me on there, I'm still probably laying on the ground. And
there's some advantages to youth.
Yeah. All the good old days, right?
Yeah.
Play action. Going to be cut there and taken down. That was a reception from Prival. And that will get him at least 7 on the reception there. Prival with his first reception of the night. 1 reception for 7 yards. Terrence Michelson, who is the other receiver of the night, he has 3 receptions. He's 3 yards from the century mark. 4th down again. We're not surprised. This looks like they're going to go for it, and might not see another deep pass.
Yeah, they found success through the air. Real balanced attack in the second half.
That's going to be the case. Michelson drops back. Here's a rush. There's another throw, and that one's going to be intercepted. Interception from Hudson Barber, and that will turn the football over, and the Chargers get it back.
Brings up 1st and 10 for the Chargers.
Yeah, real athletic play there by Barber. You know, just Mickelson throwing it up. It's a jump ball, 50-50 between the Crusader and Barber wins that one.
Either way, looking at how things were going, if they did catch it, would have been a first down. Yeah. So probably the the smart thing. I mean, interception's nice too. You could have batted it down, had better field position, but I mean, you'll take any. You'll take the interception any day.
Yep.
It's a better stat than just batting the ball down. So it looks like they are gonna fully bring in the second group here. As Moore is in at quarterback, he's in the gun. It's gonna be a quarterback keeper as Moore kept it, and he's gonna fall down and lose 2. And Moore with his first carry of the night coming in at quarterback will be a loss of 2.
Yeah, this, second string offense here, they might take a minute here to find their legs and put their first couple of successful plays together as they are out here for the first time tonight.
Yeah, just the second drive of the second half for the Chargers. And again, that is because of the running clock that has been put into effect as we're at 8:50. Moore once again in the gun at a 1-by-1. Drops back, looking deep. He's going to look for a deep pass for Miles. He's got it. Pass midfield, taken down at the 45.
Great catch there by Miles. He was heavily covered, and Moore just put that ball sandwiched right in between the Crusader and Miles ripping the ball away and coming away with a big gain there on, was that third down?
It was third down, 33 yards was the total yardage on the play. Again, the Chargers are using so many players on their team, it's making my stat sheet nearly impossible now. It's maybe the one downside of new technology. Here's a give to Barber, getting him 5 on the carry.
Barber with the carry.
Good movement up front from this rather undersized Sully Butte second O-line. And enough to get Barber 5 there, which is, great for this young squad out here.
We were talking about the Crusaders and how they have some athletes that are going to, build some muscle up a little bit. This team also going to build up, and I mean, again, you're going to see that progression as the years go on. Here's another carry. Barber, stiff arm, but will go to the ground. What a stiff arm attempt there from Barber to Michelson. That's enough for a first down. That'll be a gain of 10.
Yep, showing off early strength there from Barber. He's a strong kid. He's going to enforce his will on some Crusaders tonight every carry he gets.
Try to pull some Derrick Henry type running right there with that stiff arm attempt there. 1st and 10 now at the 30 after a gain of 10. 1-by-1 set once again as Moore surveys the defense. Looks. We'll get it off there. That's a completion to Mercer for
Moore's pass to Mercer is complete.
Looks like about 7, maybe 6.
Gain of about 6 on the play. Brings up second down.
We'll take the PA guy every time if we're not sure.
Trust his math.
I was to say, rather trust his math than possibly our math. So we'll take it any day of the week. 6-12 in county. Same formation again. Moore will just take it himself. Looks like an awkward snap as he goes through the middle, and he will make his way middle of the field. It's going to be another first down. And that's going to be a 15-yard carry for Moore.
Yep. Finding success there on a little bit of a broken play.
An injured player.
Oh, now we've got an injury.
Yeah, we'll step aside. Actually, take a moment here. Not sure who the player is, so let's take a minute timeout and let the Crusader get looked at by the athletic trainer. We'll step aside. 60 seconds. We're back after this.
Eric's Custom Repair supports Sully Butte Sports and its athletes. Eric's Custom Repair is your trusted mechanic located in Agar. Stop into the gas and convenience store to fuel up and fill up too. Eric's Custom Repair, located on Highway 83 in Agar. Call today to schedule an appointment. 605-258-2137. That's 605-258-2137 for Eric's Custom Repair of Agar. Go get 'em, Chargers. Awahi Grain in Oneida has been doing business with you, the producer, since 1954. They're one of the largest privately owned elevators in central South Dakota. Their friendly and knowledgeable team of employees is there for you. With 220-foot truck scales and 5 dump pits, they're sure to get you back to the farm quickly. They also have a 110-car shuttle loading facility and have 2 grain dryers to help serve you in all your grain handling needs. Call Awahi Grain Corporation in Oneida at 258-2811 or check them out at awahigraincorp.com. Grain is their middle name.
With over 40 years of experience, Lake and Out Construction Incorporated is your one-stop shop for grain handling on the farm or commercial. From repairs to complete new build projects, we've got the expertise to take on the toughest jobs. We're a proud authorized Sukup dealer ready to meet all your grain bin needs with quality products and dependable service. Call Todd today at 605-295-0011 for quality work backed by a crew you can trust. From Todd, Gary, Legina, and the entire Lake and Out Construction crew, good luck, Chargers, on a winning season.
Back here on Country 95.3, that was Avery Hall, the injured Crusader, on the play, who, he is taking some hits tonight. And, he is, for his size, he's played pretty big for an 8th grader, as well as Moore will throw that one and through the hands. It gets dropped there by Jackson Paxson. And it's incomplete. It'll set up a second down. And Avery Hall was able to get up under his own power. He was able to walk off the field, so that was good signs to see from him. And again, you don't wish that. You hope he recovers quickly. He's still being checked out right now on the track, but resuming action here. Clock at 5:06. So we'll go in the gun here. One receiver to either side of the formation. As Moore will check the sideline. Tell his extra lineman up front. The ball is at the 10, and we'll get a whistle as this crowd got pretty quiet. I was to say, I mean,
the energy has yet to return after the injury.
5-yard penalty remains second down.
Didn't look good, but again, Hall was able to get up under his own power, walk off the field, and so looks to be okay. He's still being checked out right now. We'll give an update if he does get back on the field, but 4:18 left to go, and that's hard, like stuff like that, and just like the whole. Like
when do you stop the clock and when do you start it?
Well, it's not like the crowd. It's just like those are hard. Yeah, the clock too. It's hard. Hey, when we had to do things, it's hard. There's a pitch, and it's going to be a pitch that doesn't really get much on there. Maybe gets about the 5 yards back after the flag, and.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Should
brings
be
up third
Mercer
down.
on the carry there. Be set or third down and goal from the 10. Left hash. Go back to the 1-by-1. Is now in the game is not Jackson Paxton. It's Lincoln Olson. Pass was looking for Paxton on the far side. It's going to be too much on the throw, and it will set up a 4th down.
Yeah, from this young group, you really just want to see, a score out of them, build their confidence a little bit. For some of these kids, it might be the last time they see the field. So you'd really like to see them, get a touchdown, get a, big gain, something like that, just to build their confidence when it's their turn at whatever point that may be.
And especially, in the postseason, next man up kind of thing. So you do want to see those things again. We're not sure who the first round opponent is going to be. Most likely, like we said, it's going to be right now a 4 seed is what they're looking like, and we're going to get a whistle and a timeout from the Crusaders. We'll just keep it here on Country 95.3 KLXS, Pierce, South Dakota, and Oneida. If things were to go as it looks, and I'm not sure if it's a 12 or 16 team format. If I was told 16, so they would get a first round home game, and take a look at how things are going. Yeah, there's still a lot to separate. You got Arlington, you got Burke, Hitchcock, Tulare. There's still like a lot of sorting they got to figure out. I'll say if there's an 8 team, that would mean Sully Buttes would host Harriet and Shelby in the first round.
Yeah.
So if that 16 is the case, then they're going to be in a better spot, at least for a path. And do we got any other updates? We haven't really mentioned those in a minute.
Yep, I do. Update on that 1 seed versus 1 seed across 9B and 9A. Freeman Academy beats number 1 Avon 58-8.
Really? Oh,
That's quite the defining victory there for Freeman. And then checking back in on Pierre. They're down to Spearfish, still 21-7.
First half or
2 minutes left in the second.
All right, so they do have some time to do the Governors. We'll try to get a Stanley County update as well, as that's a game of interest as well. Moore has room if he wants to run it. He is going to elect to throw it for Miles. He caught it, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Sully Buttes.
That was from 4th down and 10 yards out.
Yeah, nice little connection there. More to Miles. Nothing fancy yet again, but nice little highlight there for the young guys.
That'll be the first touchdown for Moore in the passing side of things. It's Miles' first touchdown on the receiving side of things, and Sully Buttes, once again, the point after is going to be.
This will decide whether or not the game ends here.
It's a 60-12 advantage. Sully Buttes would have to convert it. More with the pitch, and going to be stopped, and the game will go on.
3-point conversion is no good.
I believe that pitch was for Kenzie.
Now is Sully Buttes 60.
And Sully Buttes leads this one 60-12 on the scoreboard with 2:25 left to play. We'll take a quick 30. Sully Buttes again 60. Sunshine Bible 12. We're back after this on Country 95.3. 30-second timeout.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Barber Farm Service Incorporated and Barber Chemical wishes good luck to the Sully Buttes Chargers. Growers, call Ken or Jack for all of your planting and harvesting solutions at 258-2708. That's 258-2708. Barber Farm Services and Barber Chemical, located under the White Water Tower, 2 miles south of Oneida. They know that hard work does pay off. Go Sully Buttes Chargers, from all of us at Barber Farm Service and Barber Chemical.
2-point opportunity stopped by the Crusaders to keep this game going for just a little bit longer. Sully Buttes Chargers did have an opportunity to finish it out, but I mean, again, that just shows what this Crusader team is and what Coach Burma is doing with his squad. So
yep, they earned those 2 extra minutes of play left on their season.
And again, you look at some of those scores; those games have been all the way through. So again, big credit there for the Crusaders as Mickelson on the reception slips but keeps it going. And he'll take another shot. That's the second time. Ball is out, and returning it to the end zone is Noah Lindstrom, and he goes into the end zone for the touchdown. Big hit. Gets the football it goes in, and the reaction from the coaches up here is to go and get to the field. What a way to finish this one off.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Noel Lindstrom, the foreign exchange student, has quite the story to go back home and tell all of his friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes.
Yeah, I don't know if it fell to the ground first or if it bounced off the grass for Linford to pick it up. But you were mentioning that story. You couldn't have asked for a better ending as the press box lights have. We'll turn them on for the sake. But, well, if you want to find a way to end the game, that's one way to finish that one off. Your final in this one, it is going to be the Sully Butte Chargers 66. It is Sunshine Bible Academy 12. Let's get some ads in. Let's do a 3-minute break. We'll quickly wrap this one up and kind of give you one final update of what's going on. Again, Sully Butte Chargers win this one 66-12. We're back for the postgame show on Country 95.3.